division title as they undertake play this week. The Denver Broncos 3-0 after Peyton Manning completes 31 of 42 passes in a 24-12 victory over the winless Lions. Tom Brady has etched his name in the NFL record book once again by becoming the fourth quarterback in NFL history to throw 400 touchdown passes. It occurred yesterday in their 51-17 win over Jacksonville. About 6 teams now remain undefeated in the NFL. Patriots, Broncos, Bengals, Cardinals, Panthers, Falcons. 18 past the hour. Talk of a class action lawsuit from owners of some VW models. We're back after these messages.
When the work you love involves actual hard work, you need a John Deere Gator utility vehicle. The powerful Gator XUV 825i has a 1,400-pound payload and seating that accommodates up to 4 people, so you can get whatever and whoever, anywhere they need to go. Visit your John Deere dealer today. Live for what you do. Go Gator.
You can find Atlantic Tractor on the web at atjd.net or at myjohndeeredealer.com. Atlantic Tractor, we live it.
Hey, Kate, how are you? Do you want to get some lunch? I was thinking about getting some lunch.
You know, actually,
Sandwich if you want. I was thinking Dirk's Deli, yum. Or maybe some pizza, Hawaiian, pineapple and ham. Aloha.
What if...
Or maybe we should do a salad. I probably should. I should just do a salad. Yes, so do you want to get some lunch or maybe just another cup of coffee?
No.
Or an espresso. Ooh, espresso. So good.
There are thousands of ways into the complex healthcare system, including adverse effect of caffeine. That's why United Healthcare has health and nutrition videos. Find them at uhc.com.
Meet Vince. Vince hurt himself mountain biking on Saturday.
Because weekend warrior.
Because noob.
Hey.
Vince is supposed to host an important presentation, but he's not going anywhere in that cast. What should he do?
Rhetorical question.
Vince should try GoToMeeting, the simple way to host meetings online, complete with video conferencing and screen sharing. Send out a meeting link and anyone can join from any computer, tablet, or smartphone. Just takes a click.
Where do I sign up?
Visit GoToMeeting.com to start your free 30-day trial. That's GoToMeeting.com.
When the leading antihistamine and Nasacort go nose-to-nose, Nasacort wins, stopping more of the chemical responses that can cause your nasal allergy symptoms. And when you stop more causes, you get 24-hour relief from sneezing, an itchy runny nose, even congestion. It's prescription-strength medicine available over the counter. Nasacort Allergy 24-hour. Stops more of what makes you miserable. Use as directed.
20 minutes past the hour. Numerous financial reports are out today. Let's get more as we say good morning to CNBC's Tom Busby.
Good morning, John. Lots for Wall Streeters to watch this morning, including President Obama and Russian President Putin speaking at the United Nations, and 3 members of the Federal Reserve giving talks on the economy, and, of course, whether to hike interest rates. Investors get reports on personal income and personal spending for August. Incomes are up 4 months in a row. Spending has increased 2 months straight. There's also a report on pending home sales for last month, deals that have been signed but not yet finalized. One earnings report of note, Cal-Maine Foods, the nation's largest egg producer, untouched by that Midwest bird flu crisis. Ad Week kicks off in New York City today, advertisers telling us where the money is going in today's changing media landscape. In Washington, there's a commercial aviation industry summit, just as the U.S. and Cuba hold talks on normalizing air travel between the two nations. And we should find out today how many Apple iPhone 6s models were sold over the weekend.
Yes, Tom, what are analysts looking for on sales of the new iPhone?
This could be another record-breaking weekend for Apple and give the stock a real boost. Now, analysts are expecting that Apple sold as many as 13 million of the new phones worldwide since they hit Apple stores on Friday. And lines, or at least what I saw in New York, going out the door around the corner at Apple stores with buyers eager to get a hold of that newest device. Last year, on the first weekend of sales of the then-new iPhone 6, they sold 10 million units, and it wasn't even available at the time in China. This past weekend, there was no delay in China, and even though China's stock market tanked this year and there's a slowdown in its economy, it is still the world's biggest smartphone market, so analysts are expecting blowout sales there and worldwide.
Staggering. Thanks, Tom. 22 past the hour. Bill Michaels reports gas prices continue to fall, and he has some of the reasons behind the price drop.
The U.S. average price of gasoline continues to drop.
Gas industry analyst Trilby Lundberg says this is good news for consumers.
Gasoline prices are still crashing. We have a 9-cent drop in the past 2 weeks, putting the average at $2.35. It's also been 36 cents down over 5 weeks and $1.03 down over 1 year.
Lundberg says further price drops at the pump are likely as long as crude oil prices don't skyrocket.
A few pennies may come from the shift by refiners to lower cost winter grade formula.
Bill Michaels, Washington.
23 minutes past the hour. Many more questions than answers from owners of some VW models. Stephen Kaufman reports.
A good night's sleep may be hard to come by for the 11 million owners of diesel-powered Volkswagens following the automaker's admission that it falsified the results of engine emission tests. Carl Brower, senior analyst with Kelley Blue Book, says car owners are worried that a fix may hurt fuel economy and performance.
Fuel economy and performance almost assuredly will change if they change the engine tuning to comply with the emission standards.
A recall fix may be coming soon for 2015 and 2016 models, but it's a mystery how the automaker will fix models from 2009 to 2014, including whether software and equipment changes will be needed. Currently, the owners of the affected vehicles are becoming concerned about declining car values.
Questions about vehicles reduce certainty, which reduces demand, and of course, you've got a lower price when demand drops.
One option for car owners, Brower says, is to take legal action against Volkswagen.
I think there will be plenty of lawyers happy to support legal action at the class action level. There's been numerous filings already, and I'm sure more will follow.
One consumer group is calling on the automaker to buy back the diesels. I'm Stephen Kaufman.
It's 24 minutes past the hour. You will never guess where they're celebrating Oktoberfest when America in the Morning returns back after these messages.
At John Deere, we know you wouldn't buy a car without taking it for a spin, and it's, well, just a car. So you'll definitely want to get behind the wheel and test drive the John Deere S240 Sport, equipped with a powerful V-twin engine and heavy-duty hydrostatic transmission. Available exclusively at your local John Deere dealer.
You can find Atlantic Tractor on the web at atjd.net or at myjohndeeredealer.com. Atlantic Tractor, we live it.
Last Friday, Allison Cohn made her status FBF to a pic of me as a pipsqueak. Awkward. It got 59 likes and 12 comments. Impressive, Allie. Geico also has a comment on your Flashback Friday. Did you know Geico has been saving people money on car insurance for over 75 years? Bet you didn't even know they made cars back then. And if you think your flashback is awkward, you should see our pic. Hashtag blurry. Hashtag over 75 years of savings.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Hey, this Friday, the Dan Gaffney program will come to you live from Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville, Delaware. The restaurant that makes the best fried chicken in the area also serves up a great breakfast. We'll be there live.
Hey, Jim Weller here.
And hey, this is Colin Walls.
I'm inviting you
to Jimmy's Grill every Friday.
5:30 to 10.
With Dan Gaffney and Delaware 105.9.
Made from scratch radio.
With food,
fellowship,
fun,
networking,
and lots more.
Thanks, Jim and Colin. Our program also brought to you by Clean Cut Pavers and Pools. Doug Arcos will talk about a new pool and outdoor living space. Bob Wheatley of Alliance Real Estate Professionals. Dry Zone, the crawl space encapsulation and basement waterproofing experts. KSI of Milford, Delaware. That Granite Place. Mark Johnson will join us from his location in Bridgeville. Compass Energy. Andy Cannon will point you in the right direction. Ricky Williams of R&L Irrigation Services. We'll see you at Jimmy's Grill, Route 13 in Bridgeville this Friday, 5:30 a.m. till 10, right here on Delaware 105.9.
Delaware 105.9.
Welcome back to America in the Morning, 27 past the hour. Oktoberfest rolls in this week. Alan Skaya visits a Texas-sized Oktoberfest.
Fort Worth launched its own version of Oktoberfest 2 years ago.
Normally I'd just be at home, so I get to come out and drink some beer, hear some fun music.
Everybody's out here enjoying themselves. Got good food,
Good sausage. Oh, yeah, great sausage.
The party takes place in a park along the Trinity River, and the River Authority's J.D. Granger says the festival can highlight Fort Worth's international growth.
Oktoberfest is a fantastic event because it really brings all different age groups and all different edges of the community here. We have something for kids, we have something for family, and on top of that, it's a mixture of new stuff and culture.
One of Fort Worth's sister cities is Trier, Germany. The sister cities program's Greg Irwin says about a third of Caucasian Texans can trace their ancestry to Germany.
We've got a lot of German businesses and citizens of German heritage here, and so, here in Texas as well as Fort Worth, so it's just important there's celebrating that German heritage.
Program's Hannah Barris says Fort Worth is working to build a greater reputation.
It's also important in a cowboy town just to really bring out the heritage of other countries. Fort Worth really is not just cowboys, but it's culture.
This year, the British company Nightsight announced plans to set up a hub in Fort Worth. A Swiss pharmaceutical company plans to expand its North American headquarters in Fort Worth, and the British medical technology firm Smith & Nephew plans to establish its North American headquarters here. Alan Skaya, Fort Worth.
This is America in the Morning for Monday, September 28th, 2015. The producer is Tom Dulac, associate producer Gary Cohen, and webmaster Paul Hill. Find Jim Bohannon at jimbotalk.net. Follow Jim on Twitter at Jimbo Talks. For Jim Bohannon, I'm John Trout, and this is Westwood One.
Welcome back to Delaware Housing Matters, where we try to answer all your housing questions. I have another caller on the line. Hi, what's your housing question today?
Hi, thanks for taking my call. My husband and I are looking to buy a house, and we've heard now is a good time to buy. A friend of mine told me that there is a new tax credit available for first-time buyers. Is that true? I thought that expired a while ago.
It absolutely is true. Delaware State Housing Authority recently announced the Delaware First-Time Homebuyer Tax Credit, which can help you receive up to $2,000 a year federal tax credits.
Oh, wow. That could really help us out.
Definitely. To learn more, check out the Delaware State Housing Authority website, destatehousing.com, or give them a call toll-free, 888-363-8808.
Thanks so much. That's great to know.
No problem, and good luck on getting your new home. Let's go to our next caller.
Brought to you by Delaware State Housing Authority. Delaware's key to housing in the first state since 1968.
People you know.
One Jared Morris.
From right here.
Wow. Is it appropriate, in your opinion?
Delaware 105.9.
All right. Good morning. Dan Gaffney here. Monday roll call. Are you going to call me or what in a minute? Well, I hope you will. Here's Kelly with the news first. Hi, Kelly.
Thank you, Dan. Good morning. If you're waking up this morning to warm milk in your refrigerator and warm, stuffy air in your house or apartment, you have the city of Seaford and Delmarva Power to blame. The city says utility work made it necessary to turn off electricity around midnight for 4.5 hours. That power finally coming back on at 4:30 today. If you have a complaint, call the city. Here's the number, 629-9173. Delaware State Police investigating a car crash in Millsboro in which one person died. It happened Saturday morning on Route 24 when the driver of a Ford Fiesta crossed the center line and struck a Dodge Ram. The driver of the Ford Fiesta was taken to the hospital. His passenger, 39-year-old Jennifer Morris of Millsboro, died at the scene. Your forecast today, cloudy early, mix of sun and clouds this afternoon, a high of 78. CBS News covers the nation and the world next. It's 5:31.
CBS News Update, a high-powered meeting planned for today.
This is the very first time that Vladimir Putin and President Obama have met in more than a year.
CBS's Margaret Brennan.
President Obama very publicly froze out Putin following that military intervention in Ukraine. So Putin has really managed to turn that U.S. strategy of isolating him on its head, and he is forcing the president to deal with him due to another military buildup, this time in Syria.
The Russian president insists that backing Syria's leader, Bashar Assad, is the best way to effectively beat back ISIS terrorists. Putin threw an interpreter on CBS's 60 Minutes.
We would welcome a common platform for collective action against the terrorists.
That could be tough. The U.S. strategy has been to back moderate Syrian rebels and conduct airstrikes against ISIS, and Putin took Washington by surprise by announcing Russia, Syria, Iran, and Iraq have made a pact to share intelligence on ISIS. CBS News Update. I'm Heather Bosch.
Comments, views, and opinions expressed on the air at Delaware 105.9 are those of the hosts, callers, and guests, and not those of staff, management, or advertisers at Delmarva Broadcasting Company.
Every day you rise early, sip your coffee, pull on your boots, and go to work. And the team at DuPont Pioneer is with you. When you're choosing which product to plant on which part of which field, we're with you. When you're plotting out your planting schedule as winter turns to spring, we're there too. And when you climb into the combine to harvest another bumper crop, there's no question where we are. Pioneer, with you from the word go. When DuPont Pioneer says we're with you from the word go, what's that mean? It means we pack a ton of people power into our high-performance hybrids.
We provide unmatched service and support.
Sure, Pioneer brand corn products feature high-performance trait packages, but it's our team of professionals that helps place the right products in your fields.
I know my customers' fields, and I know how to get the most out of every acre.
By understanding the local landscape, we're able to help you maximize yield potential. Pioneer, with you from the word go.
Thanks for listening to Delaware 105.9 on your radio. And for your convenience, streaming live online. Visit Delaware1059.com to hear local news and talk for Delmarva online, streaming 24/7. Sponsored in part by Dart First State. Let Dart do the driving. Save money, save gas, ride greener. Bus route statewide between Rehoboth, Georgetown, Dover, and Wilmington. Delaware 105.9. Streaming live at Delaware1059.com.
LawBred Health Center is a patient-centered medical home where a dedicated team of healthcare professionals take responsibility for the comprehensive quality healthcare provided to patients and arrange for appropriate care with other qualified providers as needed. Highly accessible and affordable, LawBred Health Center offers pediatric and primary care, adult and senior services, behavioral health services, women health services, and oral health care, including exams, screenings, cleanings, restorations, extractions, and fillings. LawBred Health Center accepts most insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid, works with people who currently do not have health insurance, and is accepting new patients of all ages. Although LawBred Health Center is not a free clinic, income documentation may qualify uninsured patients for LawBred Health Center's sliding fee scale. Whether you've lived in Sussex County your whole life, recently moved here, or are just visiting the area, LawBred Health Center, with convenient locations in Georgetown, Milford, and Seaford, can help meet your medical needs and become a network of quality care centered around you and your family. Call today to make an appointment at 302-855-1233 or online at lawredhealthcenter.org.
The Dan Gaffney Show begins its broadcast day from the opulent new studios of the Delmarva Broadcasting Company's Delaware 105.9 inside the Gaffney Broadcasting Complex. And now, join us as we stand for the playing of our national anthem. That's a little goofy, especially when you're going into the national anthem.
Once a week, we ask you to call in with, for no reason, just with your name and where you're calling from. It's Monday morning roll call. We do that this first half hour of the program on Monday. I want to make sure you're there. I'd like to know that you're there. We want to know who's present and accounted for, who's checking in with us. Monday morning roll call. Are you there? 839-1059. May we mark you present and accounted for? Hi, Kelly. Kelly's
Hi,
here.
Danny.
Kelly Steele is here. We have lots of listeners up early this morning. Hello there.
Good morning, Dan.
Dave in Harrington. Hey,
Yes.
please mark that Dave is here, please, Kelly. Dave's here.
How are you doing this morning, you and Kelly? I'm great, Dave.
Wonderful, Kelly. Keep it up here.
Hey, should we count Dave's phlegm as an extra person, or how do we do that?
Yeah, you can call that. Just add the two of them together, and you come up with 3.
Okay.
So you all doing okay? I want you to enjoy it today, and
well, Kelly's happy that the power is back on in Seaford. The power was off for a few hours in Seaford, and it's all over now. They got it fixed, whatever it is they had to replace.
The whole power fiasco story.
Good. So anyway, the day's supposed to be a good day, and get outside and work if you can.
Thanks for being a part of the show, Dave.
Thank you.
All right, man. Let's go to our next call. We got them lined up here. Hello, 839-1059. Good morning.
Morning, Dan.
Hey, good morning, Fake Bonnie. How are you?
Fake Bonnie's on vacation this week, so I figure I'd take his place.
Oh, all right. Thank you. It's fake Bonnie. How about that? Good morning, Delaware 105.9.
Good morning, Dan. It's Charlie and Vicky from Milton.
Charlie, you rock. Thank you for checking in. How you guys doing?
Great. Loving this weather.
Hey, let me ask you a question. I was thinking of you the other day. Did that guy ever come and get the siding?
Yes, he did.
Nice.
And he came back and got some more, too.
All right, cool. Hope it worked out for him.
Yes, I do. I hope it did, too.
All right, buddy. Thanks for calling. One time, I did a whole topic, what do you need? That's all I asked. What do you need? People called in with needs. And then people that could fill the need, like Charlie, called in. And we were matching up people that had a need with people that wanted to help. And it was pretty cool. And somebody needed siding, I think, and Vicky and Charlie stepped up with the siding. So I'm glad it came through. All right, good morning, Delaware 105.9, 839-1059. We want to hear from you. Monday roll call. Let us know you're here. Good morning. Hi.
Good morning. This is Ivory and Ed Reese. We're president accounted for riding from Springfield, South Carolina, coming home.
What are you in a rental car?
No, we ain't in no rental car. We're in our vehicle, man.
All right, your actual car.
Yeah, actual car. And we're rolling, and the gas prices are nice now, folks.
Hey, listen, what about, how many hours out are you? Like 6 hours, 7 hours away?
9 hours out.
9 hours. Whew.
Yeah, but 9 hours out. We got ourselves a nice ride today. We started about 5 o'clock, and I thought I'd call in and give our roll call with you, buddy.
Thank you.
Listening at you, man.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening on our live stream this morning. All right, let's just get this off of our chest. Kelly was mad at the town of Seaford. They sent out a release that said they had to repair some kind of electricity line, right? And Kelly, is it possible to get Kelly on the radio here? So Kelly got this news release on Friday that they were going to be out of power in Seaford for like 4 hours. So she asked the town manager, what time is that going to be? And she didn't want to tell her. The town manager didn't want to tell her what time, even though
she never did tell me.
Even though they knew what time.
She blatantly refused to tell me because citing public safety concerns. Because she said,
it's over now, but I got to tell you what.
You have to laugh about it because it's so asinine, okay? She refused, Dolores Slatcher, the city manager of Seaford, refused to tell me the time of the power outage, citing public safety as a concern. Because she said, if I tell you the time of the power outage, that will allow all the criminals to come out of the woodwork and loot the stores and burglarize and do all their criminal activity.
I see. They sent out a release saying we're going to be without power for 4 hours while we repair something, but we're not going to tell you what time. Wouldn't it be safer and better if you knew the time and then you could prepare accordingly?
No, I tried to ask her that. I said, people are going to be getting ready for work. People have to go to school. People have to blah, blah, blah.
Is it going to affect my day?
She didn't want to hear any of that. And I even got the question, why are you broadcasting this information on the radio to begin with? Well, your public information person sent me the press release.
Of course.
And the public, the entire city is going to go dark The public has a right to know when the power's going to be out. What if you're
That's just
on
common
oxygen?
sense.
What if you're a disabled person? You need to know when your power's going to be out.
You know, you should be prepared regardless.
Right.
But it would be nice to know. You might want to know. Right? You might want to know. But it went off at like midnight and it's back at 4:30. They're
Came
back.
back about 4:30. So it was out for 4.5 hours.
No big deal. No big deal, but I get it.
Right. It was no big deal, and, you know, I was probably the only person in the city affected since I get up at 2 in the morning. I, had to shower by flashlight today, but, that's not the point. That's not why I'm angry here. I'm angry because she is the city manager. She has a responsibility to city residents, and she did not take that responsibility and give them the information.
Right. I agree. And she thinks the people that are listening here are a bunch of criminals, too. Like, if we tell them what time, they're all going to start criming.
I mean, I guess she thought because Walmart was black that people were going to break in there and, start looting and burglarizing the place. I mean, the city was dark.
Were they open then?
No, yes, normally yes, but not tonight.
Okay, they were not open?
No.
Okay. Hi, good morning, Delaware 105.9. Hi.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's Albert.
Albert in a can, everybody.
Yep. It's Albert in a can. Anyway, that is a statement in itself about the town of Seaford. We can't tell you when we're going to turn the lights out because we have so many criminals that they will take advantage of it. I tell you, I hate to disagree with you, but the woman's got a point. And I know you had to get up and fix your hair and get ready for your time with Dan this morning, and we appreciate you getting
So you're
to work.
saying if a city knows they're going to have a planned power outage, the best thing to do is not tell the public?
Well, yeah, they should have just gone ahead and did it.
Well, they did. That's what they did.
I would have actually planned it to do maybe 2 to 5 in the morning, somewhere around there, 1 to 5.
Well, they did it midnight to 4.
4.
They did it midnight to 4. They're back on.
And they couldn't let anybody know, because I do believe if they pre-announced it, all the criminals would have slept during the day to get ready for their night activities. So, and they would have hit the Walmart, stole all the phones and the iPads and all that other stuff.
Really?
So, it would have been a free-for-all. But that is a statement about the town of Seaford. So,
Kelly, he believes it would have been a criminal free-for-all. Let me bring Kelly in here. We need a good fight on Monday, right?
Okay.
Come on.
Ding, ding.
Round 1. Kelly, he thinks all the criminals would have went on a looting rampage.
Really?
Yeah, because Seaford is full of them. Apparently, the city manager thinks the town is full of looting criminals.
That may or may not be. I don't know how many criminals live in the city of Seaford, but here's my way of thinking. Let's say she told us when the power was going to be out. Let's say she had said, Kelly, the power is going to be out from noon until 4:30.
Or midnight.
Or midnight to 4:30, right. And we broadcasted that, okay? But we didn't because she refused to tell us.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that after about a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour, the criminals can't figure out on their own, oh, we're having a citywide power outage, I'm just going to go out on my own and do stuff?
She's got a great point.
No, because the average criminal would not have been paying attention to the paper and the news, and they would have just thought it was a sporadic.
He means.
But even if
my turn.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, Albert.
Somebody hit a light post, and we're having your usual power outage due to a car accident.
Criminal doesn't think it's going to be out for 4 hours.
A planned power outage for 4 hours. I'm going to get my tools ready. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to drink some coffee, and at 12 o'clock midnight, boom, here we go.
Well, then, you know what? Call in the National Guard, call in state police, call what you have to do. But as a city manager, you need to tell your people in your city what is going on, when it's going on. You have the responsibility, or you know what? Then get out as city manager.
This morning.
morning.
Well, you got a point there, but here I am. I'm home. I'm in bed. I missed it completely, which I think was their plan.
Yeah.
That most people would have missed the power outage completely, except for you because you got up.
Well, and except for all the
job.
criminals that are out in the middle of the night committing crimes anyway.
Yeah.
They slept through it.
Right, they slept
No,
it.
they're out in the middle of
Look.
the night, Albert. They're out.
Thank you. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Prince Albert Nakan. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the mini debate this morning. All right, 547 at Delaware 105.9.
Is it true?
People you know.
Oh, of course.
From right here.
Is that what you're thinking? What's going on?
Delaware 105.9.
Here's your forecast now, meteorologist Steve Williams. By the way, we're still doing a roll call. We want to hear from you. Got time to hear from you before 6 o'clock. Want to know if you're listening this morning. You can call in for no other reason, just to say, hey, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Check in with us on Monday morning. Do your duty as a listener. Let us know you're there. 839-1059. 839-1059. Now your weather forecast. Steve Williams.
A coastal flood advisory in effect till 7 o'clock this evening. For today, cloudy skies, then a blend of sun and clouds by the afternoon, high 78. Considerable cloudiness tonight, warm and humid, low 69. Cloudy and humid, a brief shower for tomorrow, high 79. And then cloudy, warm and humid, shower and a thunderstorm for tomorrow night, and a low at 69. Rain on Wednesday with a high 76. I'm Steve Williams in the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center.
Hi, this is Ed Lester of the Brick Hotel, Restaurant and Tavern in Georgetown on the Circle. If you're looking for a unique and relaxing dining experience, we hope you'll join us at the Brick. Open Tuesday through Saturday for lunch and dinner, and Sundays with a $10 breakfast buffet.
And check out Tuesday's $6 burger night, Wednesday $10 steamed shrimp and salad, a $24 three-course prefix menu and half-price bottles of wine, Thursdays $13 crab cake dinner, and Fridays $19.99 prime rib. And by the way, if you're stuck planning your office Christmas party, call the Brick. They can make it painless for you.
We'll see you at the Brick, where things are happening west of the beach.
Join us this Saturday for the Delmarva Potting Shed. I am Valerie Cordry, one of the hosts. Every Saturday from 9 to 11, Jake Smith and I will be broadcasting live from East Coast Garden Center. Be a part of our lively discussions about plants, landscaping, garden design, and all that's new and exciting. We'll sprinkle in some gardening guests to excite your interest and keep you up to date on the many interesting gardening happenings.
And the Delmarva Potting Shed brought to you by Lawns Unlimited, the exclusive Mist-Away dealer on Delmarva, installing misting and spraying systems to control insects for residential and commercial lawns. Call 645-5296 today or visit lawnsunlimited.com to get started. Also brought to you by Stokely Materials, providing high-quality pavers, retaining walls, decorative stones, sand, soil, and mulch with 2 locations, Route 113 in Georgetown and Route 9 in Lewis. Don't miss the Delmarva Potting Shed this Saturday from 9 to 11 here on Delaware 105.9.
Okay, Halpern Eye Care, focused on enhancing quality of life through vision. Locations all over Delaware, the newest in Georgetown, next to the Redners in Georgetown, specializing in comprehensive eye exams, 24-hour eye emergency care, medical and pediatric eye care, contact lenses, the leader in designer eyewear. Halpern Eye performs the highest quality, most technologically advanced eye exams, and they ensure personal attention to every patient. And starting October 1st, 30% off a complete pair of glasses. Yeah, 30% off is the new special. Frames and lenses in Halpern Eye Care. And you don't need an eye exam to take advantage of this. There's still time to save with the back-to-school special, too. A complete pair of glasses, $69, and 2 complete pairs for $89. How about that? HalpernEye.com will give you complete details. You'd rather phone or just stop in, that's great, but you can call 1-800-734-2010, 1-800-734-2010.
At 20, I had big plans for my future. A husband, 2 kids, house with white picket fence, the American dream. I've worked hard and those things happened. My husband and I raised our kids and diligently saved for retirement. What I didn't plan for was my husband being diagnosed with Alzheimer's. I heard the attorneys at Pacino, Wells, and Woodland speak on asset protection planning and immediately made an appointment. They listened to my circumstances and assured me it wasn't too late to plan. They helped me get care for my husband in our home without spending all of our savings first. I can't explain the relief that came along with knowing my husband would receive the care he needed and our financial future was safe.
I am Amber Woodland, one of the attorneys at Procino Wells and Woodland. If you are caring for an ill spouse and have concerns about paying for the care they need, we can help. Let us help you plan today to protect your families tomorrow. For more information, visit our website at pwwlaw.com.
Hi, this is Brent from the Cottage Cafe, and they're back. That's right, our famous second season specials are back, and today is Monday, and that means Oyster Night. Tonight we'll be offering fried oyster dinner for only $14.99, oysters Rockefeller for only $14.99, or a new special, oyster fritters for only $13.99. If you can't make it tonight, don't forget about tomorrow, fried chicken night. Yes, that's Tuesday at the Cottage Cafe.
Online at cottagecafe.com.
Why would you put up with a heating and cooling system that cycles on and off when you can have quiet, true comfort variable speed by train? It runs at low speeds with continuous little adjustments to keep your home comfortable and quiet. It's always been hard to stop a train. Now, it's hard to hear one.
Okay, it's hot. Your air conditioning is broken and you need it fixed now. I'm Dave Jones from Atlantic Refrigeration and Air Conditioning, your independent Trane dealer. We can get your existing system to cool you fast with one of our top technicians or install a new high-efficiency Trane system for you if needed. We have a huge inventory and can get your system installed in hours, not days. So, no matter what your needs are, we can keep you cool. Call your independent Trane dealer today, Atlantic Refrigeration and Air Conditioning, 856-9300, 856-9300, or find us on the web at atlanticrefrigeration.com.
It's hard to stop a train.
Every day you rise early, sip your coffee, pull on your boots, and go to work. And the team at DuPont Pioneer is with you. When you're choosing which product to plant on which part of which field, we're with you. When you're plotting out your planting schedule as winter turns to spring, we're there too. And when you climb into the combine to harvest another bumper crop, there's no question where we are. Pioneer, with you from the word go. When DuPont Pioneer says we're with you from the word go, what's that mean?
We have a deep bench of people helping you get the most from your soybean acres year after year.
Your local DuPont Pioneer team is dedicated to knowing your land and knowing your needs throughout the season.
It means we bring world-class soybean varieties developed and proven in your area.
Pioneer brand soybean varieties are developed and tested locally to deliver the agronomics you need to maximize yield and profitability. Pioneer, with you from the word go.
Remember Jared Morris today at 3 on Delaware 105.9.
How long does food last in your freezer if the power goes out? According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, 48 hours. 48 hours in the freezer. If the freezer is full. If your freezer is half full, 24 hours. So plenty of time. Actually, the food in your refrigerator will last 4 hours if the door is left wide open even. So you're good. You're good to go. Hi, good morning. It's Delaware 105.9. Plus, if it's yogurt and it goes bad, how do you know? All right, just eat it. Hey, good morning. Roll Call Monday. Are you there? Good morning.
Good morning, Dad. I'm here. This is Granville from Slaughter Neck. Slaughter Neck is still with you.
All right, I love it. Slaughter Neck representing. How you doing, Granville?
I'm good, sir. I'm on my way to the school bus.
All right.
All right, then, Doc.
Good to have you listening. Off to the school bus, driving early this morning. That's right. It's another great week of back to school, and we're up and at it here this morning. Granville, thank you very much. It's the whole intent of the Roll Call Monday. See, it's great to be reminded of him. You know who we have not heard from? And people ask me, Dan, where's Ruthie? Where is Ruthie in Georgetown, one of our favorite all-time callers? I don't know. I don't know. I don't keep track. I mean, callers come in and out of the fold. You know, they'll be high on us for a while, then fade away. Haven't heard? I don't know. I'm just like you when it comes to, hey, whatever happened to so-and-so? You know, we want to hear about certain callers. I don't know. I have no special insight. Just like you, I only know them as callers to the show. But Ruthie, if you're listening, Ruthie and Lope, good morning. Nice to have you. Nice to have you. If you are listening, we just miss hearing from you. All right. 839-1059. Hey, speaking of crime, there was a story that, the Dunkin' Donuts long neck got robbed. A woman robbed the donut shop in the morning. I think, was it Friday morning? Yeah. And then someone matching that description robbed the Subway the same night. And it was also a woman, same description. I don't know. She must have skipped lunch that day because she did donuts for breakfast in robbery and a Subway in the evening. But, I don't know what happened around lunch. Maybe she had heroin for lunch. I don't know. But then yesterday, a woman with a very similar description, yes, a woman again, robbed the TD Bank in Rehoboth. And you say to me, Dan, yesterday was Sunday. How do you rob a bank on Sunday? Well, apparently they're open. This bank. Crazy, right? I don't know what's more shocking, that a bank is open on Sunday or that it was robbed by a woman. I think she matches the same description as the Subway and Dunkin' Donuts robber. I have her picture up. She was wearing a surgical mask yesterday. We're going to talk about it right after the news. Do you know this woman?
Local news first on Delaware 105.9.
And Delaware 105.9 News, time is 5:59. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kelly Steele from the Weather Center. Clouds early, then a mix of sun and clouds later today. A high of 78 degrees to kick off your work week. Delaware State Police say a two-car crash in Pike Creek has left one driver dead and his passenger critically injured. Police said Michael Bellafor was southbound on New Linden Hill Road Sunday morning when his car crossed the center line and collided with another vehicle. Bellafor was pronounced dead at the scene. His passenger, a Pennsylvania woman, was not buckled in. She's now in critical condition at Christiana Hospital. Crews from the Indian River Fire Department were called to an overnight blaze involving a docked boat near Millsboro. That incident happened just after midnight Saturday in the area of Joanne Drive at Mariners Cove. It's unknown what caused the fire, but investigators say the Carolina skiff was fully engulfed in flames at the dock. From the first town in the first state, this is WXDE Lewis.
Delaware 105.9.
It's 6 o'clock.
CBS News, I'm Frank Sedapani. The latest poll shows Donald Trump's big lead in the Republican presidential race has vanished, but Trump could get some new momentum with the tax plan he'll flesh out later today.
There will be a large segment of our country that will have a zero rate. And that's something I haven't told anybody.
On last night's edition of 60 Minutes, Trump told CBS's Scott Pelley the plan would benefit middle-income taxpayers who've been decimated. Corporations would get a break too, but some groups would pay more.
Some very wealthy are going to be raised. Some people that are getting unfair deductions are going to be raised. But overall, it's going to be a tremendous incentive to grow the economy, and we're going to take in the same or more money.
Trump says the result would be spectacular. One of Trump's Republican rivals had a scary moment during his speech last night in San Antonio. A large curtain backdrop behind Carly Fiorina fell down. A support pole landed close to Fiorina, but no one was hurt, and she continued with her speech. President Obama will speak to the UN a few hours from now. CBS's Pam Coulter has that.
The president will talk about the successes of the past year, fighting Ebola and reaching a nuclear deal with Iran, making the case that nations succeed when they work together and fail when they choose aggression. Late in the day, the president will meet with Russia's Vladimir Putin to discuss the turmoil in in Ukraine and Russian military buildup in Syria.
Findings in a major study could change the way doctors treat some breast cancer cases. Live to CBS News correspondent Vicki Barker.
Almost all women operated on for the most common form of early-stage breast cancer go on to have chemotherapy as a precaution, even though most wouldn't have seen their cancer spread anyway. Now, a major study has found that a hormone test already on the market can accurately identify which women can safely avoid chemo. 5 years on, more than 99% of them remained free of any cancer, and as one oncologist says, you can't do better than that. Frank?
Royal Dutch Shell spent $7 billion looking for oil and gas off Alaska's northwest coast, and it found some, but not enough to justify continued drilling. Ben Aliff with the Greenpeace Environmental Group says that should discourage other oil companies.
What it does beyond Shell is cast real doubts over the future of drilling operations in the far north.
A Pew Research Center report predicts a major shift in immigration patterns over the next half-century.
We expect arrivals from Asia to continue to grow and, in fact, become the single largest group of immigrants in the United States.
Pew researcher Mark Hugo Lopez says those born abroad will make up a record 18% of the population within 50 years. Pope Francis returned to the Vatican overnight, but not before giving hundreds of thousands who saw him in Philadelphia yesterday a lot to remember and think about.
Really a lot of peace, and you can really feel everybody happy. He's giving us a job to do, basically, to help him in his work.
S&P futures are down 8 points. This is CBS News.
Remember when made in America meant something? Well, here at Hardwick Clothes, it still does. We've been dressing America with tailored clothing and our best-selling travel blazer since 1880. It's made right here in the USA, where American quality, innovative fabrics, and stylish design are guaranteed. Visit hardwick.com to find a retailer near you or buy direct. Free shipping is standard, so the only thing you've got to lose is an outdated wardrobe. Hardwick.com, America's best-kept secret for menswear.
Hey neighbor, it's me, that guy 2 desks away that never takes a sick day. Seriously, you can always count on me to show up even if I feel terrible. Which reminds me, I have the flu, and if you're one of the 63% of people that didn't get their flu shot, you can get it from me. You really should get a flu shot at Rite Aid, where you'll also get a free cold and flu protection plan to protect you from people like me. Another reason Rite Aid says with us, it's personal.
Flu vaccines available while supplies last. Age restrictions apply in some states. See pharmacist for details.
Delaware 105.9 news time is 6:04. Good morning. If you're waking up this morning to warm milk in your refrigerator and some warm, stuffy air in your house or apartment, well, you have the city of Seaford and Delmarva Power to blame. The city says utility work made it necessary to turn off the electricity around midnight last night. The outage enabled their contractor to safely complete replacing wires that go from the takeoff structure of Delmarva Power's transmission line to the switch at Pine Street substation. The city apparently taking all of its power from Delmarva at its Pine Street substation. The outage was expected to last about 4 hours. It actually lasted 4.5 hours. The lights came back on about 4:30 this morning. City Manager Dolores Slatcher refusing to tell media and city residents what time the power would be out, citing a fear for public safety. If you have a complaint about spoiled food or anything else power-related, you can call the city at 629-9173. Also, a second and final outage will occur on October the 5th. That's next Monday. That date may change due to weather conditions, I'm told. And again, city officials are not saying what time the outage will happen. Delaware State Police investigating after a car crash west of Millsboro in which one person died. Police say it happened about 5:30 Saturday morning on Route 24 east of Godwin School Road. Troopers say the driver of a Ford Fiesta crossed the center line of the road while negotiating a curve, striking a Dodge Ram. The driver of the Ford was taken to the hospital. His passenger, 39-year-old Jennifer Morris of Millsboro, died at the scene of the crash. The driver of the Dodge Ram sustained non-life-threatening injuries. Newcastle County paramedics say a woman is hospitalized after something hit her car as she was driving on I-495. The woman said an object hit her car about 5 Sunday morning yesterday as she drove southbound on 495 near Philadelphia Pike in the Edgemoor area. She was treated at the scene for possible head, neck, and back injuries and then airlifted to Christiana Hospital. She is in serious but stable condition today. Delaware State Police say they are continuing to investigate. National Weather Service issuing a coastal flood advisory for Accomack, Dorchester, Wicomico, and Somerset counties until 11 o'clock today. That's 11 o'clock tonight. Forecasters say a strong east wind will push and pull water inland as high tide occurs today. This could cause, of course, some minor flooding problems along the coast. Delaware 105.9 news time is 6:07. Time for Schofield on sports.
On Sunday Night Football, Peyton Manning tossed 2 touchdowns and the Denver defense forced 3 turnovers as the Broncos beat the Lions 24-12. The Eagles defense forced 4 turnovers and allowed just 47 rushing yards as Philly holds on for their first win of the year, beating the Jets 24-17. The running game got going for Philly as Ryan Matthews ran for 108 yards. The Eagles will play Washington this Sunday. The Ravens fall to 0-3 for the first time in franchise history after losing to Cincinnati 28-24. Andy Dalton threw for 383 yards and 3 touchdowns and ran in another score. Cincinnati improves to 3-0. In Major League Baseball, the Phillies scored 8 in the 9th to break a 4-4 tie and beat Washington 12-5. The real fireworks were in the Washington dugout as Jonathan Papelbon and Bryce Harper got into an altercation that was quickly broken up. And the Boston Red Sox finish off the weekend sweep of the Orioles with a 2-0 shutout. That's Schofield on Sports on Delaware 105.9.
And from the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center, it's going to start off cloudy today. Mix of sun and clouds then this afternoon, a high of 78. Tonight looks cloudy, warm and humid, an overnight low of 69. For Tuesday, more clouds, more humidity, and some rain tomorrow, a high of 79 degrees on Tuesday. 68 degrees this morning if you're just waking up in Delmar, 65 in Milford. 67, Dan, on the beach in Lewis. I'm Kelly Steele in the Delaware 105.9 newsroom. More of the Dan Gaffney Show coming up on Delaware 105.9.
Putting on my Sussex County criminal profiler's hat. Asking you to do the same. Criminal profiler hat. 839-1059.
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
What we've got going on here. If you go to Delaware1059.com, you can see there was a story. Authorities looking for Rehoboth robbery suspect. Okay? A woman went into the Dunkin' Donuts Long Neck Friday morning. White female, 25 to 35, about 5'4", 5'6", 130 to 150 pounds. And she robbed the Dunkin' Donuts. Okay? That was in the morning. Then later that night, at about 8:47 Friday night, a woman matching the same description went into Subway on Coastal Highway at about 10 till 9 and displayed a handgun and robbed the Subway. Now, there is surveillance photo of this woman. I think that might be from the donut shop. I'm not sure. Either Subway or the donut place. I'm not sure. But that was Friday. And now, yesterday, at TD Bank, Rehoboth, a woman matching this description, some changes, but matching the description, went into the TD Bank and robbed that place. Now, the police were really clear about the Subway robbery and the donut connection robbery, that, you know, it looked like the same person. They mentioned it together. They didn't say such a thing when they're looking for the TD Bank robbery, but we got a more clear picture of the TD Bank robbery. The woman that robbed the TD Bank, also 5'3" to 5'6", wearing a dark hooded sweatshirt. The previous robbery, she had a hooded sweatshirt on. The difference here is she has a surgical mask on Sunday. She's wearing a surgical mask. So, by the way, Kelly, did you look at those pictures? Did you look at them side by side? You saw them both.
I saw them. I didn't look at them side by side.
Look very similar. Very similar. Unless there are two women who decide at the same time they're going to go out and do robberies, I got to think they're the same. Got to think they're the same. Here's what I think. This is just total speculation, okay? But here's what I think, and I'm just going to guess. This is my crime. This is what I'm asking you to do this morning. Put on your profiler hat. Here's what I think happened. Friday morning, someone desperate for heroin money went in and robbed a donut place. This is my theory, okay? Now, it's first thing in the morning at a donut place. You're going to get some cash, probably not a lot. You get the cash, you spend it on heroin. You're out of money again by that evening. So you go to the Subway on Coastal Highway. You rob that place because you got to do heroin all day, right? Don't you have to do the heroin like regularly, right? So you need some more heroin. Whatever money you got from the Subway lasted you through Saturday and into Sunday. Because you got a little more from the Subway than you did the donut place. So yesterday you rob the TD Bank, and however much you got there, undisclosed amount of cash, however much, that's going to hold you until the next time. So I'm thinking maybe a couple of days. What do you think? How much do you think you get from the bank? $1,000, something like that? Maybe less? Sunday afternoon? Probably not a lot. I bet it's a lot less than you think. I'm just guessing.
I was going to go the opposite direction and say it's more than you would think.
Oh, really?
But being a Sunday.
They don't keep money. They don't keep a lot of money in those tills.
Yeah, being a Sunday. Yeah.
They really don't keep a lot of money in the till. In the drawer.
Right, in the drawers.
If you look, Google average taken in bank robbery, it's a lot less than you think. So, anyway. I'm thinking about probably Wednesday of this week. She might reappear, at like a Burger King or something. Okay, that's it. That's my criminal profiler. Or no, some kind of restaurant-y place where there's only one person working, or one or two. Like a donut or like Subway, similar kind of place. Trying to figure it out. Like a sub shop or something. Anyway, she'll be back. However much she got from the bank is going to keep her. She's probably got to make rent and heroin because it's the end of the month. Now, somebody said to me, Dan, if you're on heroin, do you really care about the rent? I think you do. I think you got to make rent. That's normal. And then you got the heroin. So you need heroin money and rent money. So you're getting a little desperate. All right. So that's my profiler hat. You can look at the pictures and see if you think it's the same person. But Bob of Georgetown is putting on his profiler hat. 839-1059. Good morning. Criminal profiling. Yes, hello.
Hey, good morning, Dan.
Yes, Bob.
On WBOC News this morning, usually show, one picture, maybe two or three of the robber itself, in different angles. It's the first time I ever saw the teller with her hand up on the counter with a stack of money in it, giving it to the robber. I mean, I've never seen that picture before. And it was probably a stack of, I don't know, I'm going to say 4 to 5 stacks, of rat money. Now, whether it was ones, fives, 10s, 20s, or hundreds, I don't know. But like I said, it's the first time I ever saw that part of a robbery, where the teller's actually handing money out.
Yeah, the photo, I didn't see that one. That's not the one we decided to post. We posted the one where the woman is standing there unfolding a note or something, it looks like. But
it's 3 or 4 pictures they showed, but like I said, it just surprised me that they showed the teller actually reaching out with a stack of money to give them, Right. And to me, if I was a robber, I would look at it as, man, that stacks of hundreds. Common sense, a bank, big money. And to me, you'll see another robbery probably around the end of the week because she'll spend that money in heroin, rent, food, whatever this week, and she'll need more come the weekend.
Yeah, I think by the weekend we'll probably have her robbing again if they don't catch her.
Exactly. That's the way I look at it. Unless somebody turns her in by noticing her and the cops catch her. I mean, but
yeah,
I
my
still
guess.
think you'll see another robbery.
I'm gonna guess Wednesday. I'm actually gonna guess Wednesday. If I was to,
I was going to say about Thursday.
okay, well, sure enough. Hey, look, Bob, we're on with gentleman wager. You say Thursday, I say Wednesday.
There you go. Handshake and do it, Dan. Have a good one, buddy.
All right. Well, I mean, that's my theory. It's only a theory. I have no idea what's true or not, but that's my theory. Hey, I want to thank Colin Walls. You know, we're on video this morning, and a video on YouTube. We're streaming the show. You can watch it if you're on your computer or a cell phone or something. Go to YouTube and search The Dan Gaffney Show. It's a live stream event. You can watch it live. It's not archive video. We're actually live. And while we were talking, it looks like Colin was showing the graphics of the pictures, the surveillance pictures. Good work. Pretty cool. That's big time stuff there. I like it. All right, let's go to Traffic Watch here at Delaware 105.9 and Robin Bryson.
Dan, we're doing all right this morning. Major routes look to be in pretty good shape as you move around through both Kent and Sussex counties. A little bit of an increase in activity, certainly on 13 in and out of Dover, but no major jams or problems early this morning. You're finding the same thing in Sussex County, 13, 113, Route 1 along the coast, all moving well. Cross county routes like Route 16 through Ellendale or Route 24 going through Millsboro and out toward Route 1. You'll see just light activity all the way around the region early this morning. I'm Robin Bryson with Traffic Watch on Delaware 105.9. Dan, we're doing all right.
Now listen.
We figure talk radio means you get to talk too.
Yeah, me too.
With people you know from right here.
I want to hear your thoughts.
Delaware 105.9.
All right, here we go with the weather forecast at Delaware 105.9. Our meteorologist is Steve Williams. All right, Steve.
A coastal flood advisory in effect till 7 o'clock this evening. For today, cloudy skies, then a blend of sun and clouds by the afternoon, high 78. Considerable cloudiness tonight, warm and humid, low 69. Cloudy and humid, a brief shower for tomorrow, high 79. And then cloudy, warm and humid, shower and a thunderstorm for tomorrow night, and a low at 69. Rain on Wednesday with a high 76. I'm Steve Williams in the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center.
Come take advantage of the Sunfest savings at Berlin Chevy. Take $12,000 off with any trade on select new 2015 Chevy Silverados in stock. Colorado, Tahoe, Suburban, Impalas, Malibus, Cruises, even the 2015 Silverado 2500 HD. Take $12,000 off. Have a job clearing $350 a week? Berlin Chevy wants to approve you for the credit you deserve. 2015 Chevy Cruze, just $167 per month lease. Plus, we'll take any trade, even if you still owe thousands on it. Take $12,000 off with any trade on select new 2015 Chevy Silverados in stock.
Remember, Jim wants to see you in the littlest, coolest town in America, Berlin, Maryland.
Berlin Chevy, find new roads on Old Ocean City Boulevard, Berlin, Maryland.
Qualified buyers, credit may affect terms. Balance of trade carried over to new loan. Discount based on MSRP of $58,650 with $8,798 factory rebates to dealer and $3,202 dealer discount. Stock number 3725. Cruise 36 month, 10,000 mile per year lease. No security deposit. Plus tax tag dealer processing. Offers not in combination.
Choosing a bank is an important decision and one people don't like to make too often. It involves consideration of convenience, cost, and last but not least, trust. Community Bank Delaware wants to earn your trust. They're locally owned and managed, and all of their policy and banking decisions are made right here in Sussex County. Stop in and see for yourself the difference a community bank can make. Community Bank Delaware in Lewis and Rehoboth. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Why waste time running from store to store comparing samples and swatches for your window coverings? Let Budget Blinds, your local experts, come to you. Our design consultants will bring samples, swatches, and styles to you so you can see how they look in your home. Or you can check out different ideas and trends at our showroom on Route 9, 4.5 miles west of 5 Points. From sales to installation, we make the process easy for you. Plus, we service all of our products. Call us at 856-6799 and let us get started on your new window coverings today.
It's amazing how fast you can change from hectic to tranquil. A state of calmness comes over you. No worries. Everything's taken care of. There's absolutely nothing to do but pack for the most enjoyable vacation ever. Hi, Cindy McCabe, owner of Bethany Travel. I'm excited to invite you to our second annual travel show, Tuesday, October 27th at Baywood Greens in Long Neck, or Wednesday, October 28th at Ocean Pines Yacht Club from 4 till 8. We pride ourselves on taking care of every detail to ensure you a vacation you won't forget. Join us on Tuesday, October 27th at Baywood Greens, or Wednesday, October 28th at Ocean Pines Yacht Club from 4 till 8. Door prizes every hour and refreshments. Talk with vendors from Apple Vacations, Walt Disney, Carnival, Highland America, Royal Caribbean, Taup, Sandals and Beaches, and more. Whether it's an all-inclusive resort or a river cruise you're looking for, Bethany Travel offers the same price as the internet, but with no booking fees. RSVP today and join us for our travel shows. Call 800-806-8747 or visit bethanytravel.net.
Hey, this Friday, the Dan Gaffney program will come to you live from Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville, Delaware. The restaurant that makes the best fried chicken in the area also serves up a great breakfast. We'll be there live.
Hey, Jim Weller here.
And hey, this is Colin Walls.
I'm inviting you
to Jimmy's Grill every Friday.
5:30 to 10.
With Dan Gaffney and Delaware 105.9.
Made from scratch radio.
With food,
fellowship,
fun,
networking,
and lots more.
Thanks, Jim and Colin. Our program also brought to you by Clean Cut Pavers and Pools. Doug Arcos will talk about a new pool and outdoor living space. Bob Wheatley of Alliance Real Estate Professionals. Dry Zone, the crawl space encapsulation and basement waterproofing experts. KSI of Milford, Delaware. That Granite Place. Mark Johnson will join us from his location in Bridgeville. Compass Energy. Andy Cannon will point you in the right direction. Ricky Williams of R&L Irrigation Services. We'll see you at Jimmy's Grill, Route 13 in Bridgeville this Friday, 5:30 a.m. till 10, right here on Delaware 105.9.
Hey everybody, it's Jim Weller from Weller's Utility Trailers in Bridgeville, and I'm excited to bring you a brand new offer on some pedals. Oh, it's a paddle, I'm sorry. It's a 220 centimeter paddle, not a pedal. This thing here has a carbon fiber shaft, has a retail price of $124, and here we go with the deal. $87. $87 for a brand new paddle with a carbon fiber shaft, very strong, extremely lightweight, and two of them for $150. This is a you snooze, you lose offer, so if I run out of them, I can't get any more. So give me a call at 337-8228. Better yet, grab your cash and make a dash and come on into Weller's on Route 13 in Bridgeville. Also, you can friend me on Facebook. I'm the Jim Weller from Delaware. You can check out my website, which is wellers.com. But if you need a new paddle and you want an extremely lightweight one, this one here is for you, and the deal is real. Come see me.
You know, what I'm thinking is if we share this photo on social media, the bank robbery one, enough, then I think somebody's got to know who that is. I think she's wearing a Carhartt hat underneath that hoodie. At least it looks like it. You know that, the Carhartt hat that's like a wool cap. It's like brown, but they have the Carhartt logo on the front. That's kind of what it looks like to me. It may not be, but it's similar to that. And she's got a full surgical mask on that covers just below her eyes to down to her chin. Some sort of surgical mask. Is she wearing gloves, too? Or is it just her white hands up against the black hoodie? What do you think, Kelly? Did you see that picture? Is she wearing gloves? Because you know what? This is the TD Bank picture. The person at the other, the Subway Dunkin' Donuts robbery, they definitely have some gloves on.
I think when you do heroin, Danny, your skin is pasty white like that.
Well,
I can't tell.
Her neck isn't pasty. It looks like she's got rubber gloves on. I think she's wearing a surgical mask and rubber gloves. That's what I think. Look at that. Check it.
I see. I'm looking.
All right, do you have any thoughts on these kind of robberies when they happen? 839-1059, 839-1059. It's interesting to me what you think when you hear that news. It's rare to have a woman robber, okay? And to have 3 robberies in the same area, it's got to be the same chick. Can I say chick, Kelly?
You can.
I have to check with Kelly and all things.
It's okay.
Feminist.
Chick. That's good.
All right, it's got to be the same chick.
The chick's been busy.
Yeah, she's been busy. Anyway, if you go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/Dan Gaffney Show, you'll see the last 2 posts. It's like 2 robbery posts this morning. I'm sorry about that, but because I usually don't like to post a bunch of robbery stuff, but I think it's the same woman. I think we've got, and she'll be back when this money runs out. That's my theory. But again, I'm not really a crime scene profiler, a criminal profiler. I think it's just pretty obvious what's going on around here. If you're aware of what's happening around here, we are like crawling with heroin addicts. What else to ask about a robbery as a topic? What else could you say as a topic? How else could I get you involved in this? 839-1059. Seriously, how can I engage the audience? You on a robbery topic. It's kind of hard, maybe. It feels like I want to talk about it because it's unique and it's totally local, but I don't know how to engage you, really. I got to think it out aloud. How about this? Guys, would you date a girl you knew was a robber? I could do that. Go for the whole relationship angle.
Did you ever date any robbers?
You ever date a woman?
You, Danny G. Did you ever date any robbers before you got married?
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
Not that I know of. What else? Is it the same person? Is this kind of thing only going to get worse in our area because the heroin epidemic doesn't seem to be getting any better? I say yes. What do you say? Until they display a weapon, would you give them anything? I don't know. It is what it is. The news is out there. There's some woman robbing places, so I just wanted to have some way to tell you about it. So there you have it. Okay? 839-1059. If we were to really be tabloid about it, shouldn't you come up with some kind of headline, some kind of nickname for the bandit? You know. The nursemaid robber, or whatever, some sort of nickname. The surgical mask taker, or whatever. I don't know. I'm not very good at it. I need you to think of a name. I have no idea. No idea. Oh, my goodness. Good morning. 839-1059. The telephone number is just about 6:30, and that means it is time for a local news update. It's brought to you by Southern States in Milford, Route 14 at Williamsville Road. Good morning, Kelly.
Hey, good morning, Dan. Pope Francis, all back at the Vatican after celebrating Mass for hundreds of thousands of people in Philly yesterday. He met privately with leaders of the World Meeting of Families Sunday night before getting on the airplane for his flight to Rome. The next World Meeting of Families will be held in Dublin, Ireland in 2018. Newcastle County Police asking for the public's help finding a man they think made several purchases using a stolen credit card number. Police said the victim, a 62-year-old woman, called them Saturday morning after she noticed several purchases that she didn't make listed on her card statement. She said she still had the card and didn't know how anyone got the number. An officer then noticed that the purchases were made at stores and gas stations in the Newark and Newcastle areas. and was able to get a store surveillance photo of a man who made a purchase with the stolen number. You can read more about that on our website at Delaware1059.com. Cloudy this morning, then a mix of sun and clouds this afternoon, a high of 78. CBS News covers the nation and the world next. It's 6:31.
CBS News Update. Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump unveils his tax plan, talking with Scott Pelley on CBS's 60 Minutes.
What's your tax plan?
A substantial reduction for the middle-income people because our middle class, Scott, is being absolutely decimated. It will be a corporate also reduction. I think it'll be a great incentive for corporations.
Trump says he'd raise taxes on hedge fund managers. Trump facing some tough questions.
Yesterday you said if the presidency doesn't work out, I'll go back to my business.
Well, that's true.
Do you intend
that's
to be
true.
president
I can't guarantee
or not?
Totally. But that's true. I always like to have a downside. Now, I love my business. I didn't want to do this. I just see our country is going to hell, and I felt I had to do it.
A new Wall Street Journal NBC poll shows Trump with 21% of the likely Republican vote. Dr. Ben Carson right behind with 20%. Carly Fiorina and Marco Rubio tied for third. CBS News Update. I'm Heather Bosch.
Southern States of Milford has been serving Lower Delaware for over 60 years, keeping your lawns and gardens green and beautiful year-round. Southern States of Milford is your source for Echo, Steel and Exmark power equipment. Southern States of Milford is the place for agricultural feed, pet, outdoor and fuel needs. Need mulch, fertilizer and landscaping supplies? Your local experts at Southern States of Milford have you covered. Call 422-8066. Southern States of Milford on Williamsville Road. Farmer owned since 1923.
Hello, Delmarva. Pastor Mike Mills here from Northway Church, Delaware. I want to take a moment and just invite you to tune in every Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. right here on Delaware 105.9 as I share a weekly message on the journey of life. We'd also love to have you join us. We're having our big relaunch kickoff October 4th. We're located at 22033 Shockley Road, Milford, Delaware, where you can join us each and every Sunday morning at 9:30 and 11 a.m. You can also watch us every Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m. on WBOC Channel 16 at 6:30 a.m. as we have our Northway Church service on TV. A lot of great ways to connect. You can call our church office at 302-422-2029. Northway Church, Delaware, the place to be.
When is the last time you had an amazing wood-fired pizza and craft beer? At Mr. P's Pizzeria in Lewis, we feature 19 craft beers and the best wood-fired pizza in all of Delaware. Now open every day and easily located on Kings Highway in Lewis. Call us at 645-1900. Slices every day, 11:30 to 3. A great way to try our pizza. The secret is out. Mr. P's Pizzeria. And remember, now open 7 days a week.
It's time now for the Delaware 105.9 Fishing Report with John Butler, heard every morning at this time.
Good morning, anglers. Well, Mother Nature put a nix on much of the fishing this weekend. Not a lot to report because of the rough surfs and seas out there. Looking at the forecast ahead, it looks like that will be the story next weekend as well. I heard some folks trying to fish at the Cape Henlopen Fishing Pier, but gave up because of how windy it was. I don't blame them. Now, I've had some listeners ask why I don't give enough freshwater love, so here's my chance. Catch of the weekend goes to an unknown gentleman who brought a nice-sized catfish into PC Custom Rods in Milton. Don't know what he caught it on, but it looks like a 5 or 6 pound channel cat. Milton Pond is a great place to fish when conditions on the seas aren't ideal. Good mix of fish in there, everything from bluegill, crappie, largemouth bass, carp, catfish, even some schoolie stripers can be caught in there. I always have success catching some nice-sized largemouth out there with minnow, lures, or poppers. Even caught one on a panfish jig right off the bridge there on outgoing tide. Another good place to fish is the Millsboro Park. Saw plenty of folks fishing there over the weekend, and the fish were jumping. Yes, even though the weather looks bleak, there's always a good time to fish somewhere else. All right, tight lines and be safe out there. I'm John Butler with the Delaware 105.9 Fishing Report.
Hey, have you ever been on the Junction Breakwater Trail? You may have heard about it. Have you been on? What a great, great amenity in our area. I love it. Went on it yesterday with my kids and their bikes, and I want to know if you've ever been on there. I'll talk about it in just a second. 839-1059. Good morning. Let's first of all go to Gary Marsiglia. He's on the line live on our sponsor hotline here to talk this morning about Castrol Premium Lube Express. Gary, good morning. You've been trying to change the way we think about an oil change, right?
Absolutely, Dan. Yes, we have a website, and yes, we have a Facebook page, but the real way to learn about our business is to come and visit personally. So this is why we would like to invite you to Castrol Premium Lube Express in Millsboro to experience firsthand what a quality oil change service should be, and it doesn't stop there. We have a friendly staff, well-trained associates, a clean, modern, and safe facility, always fresh coffee, tea, and bottled water, and we offer only quality Castrol oils and lubricants. Our daily goal is to exceed your expectations by providing the very best in lubrication and maintenance services. And the one place where this can be achieved is at Castrol Premium Lube Express in Millsboro. Gasoline, diesel, or hybrid, it doesn't matter because we have the Castrol oils and lubricants to meet and exceed your vehicle requirements. And we stock a full inventory of interstate batteries and are now stocking high-quality Rain-X wiper blades as well as Anco wiper blades. And installation is always free. So for vehicle maintenance is always cheaper than vehicle repairs at Castrol Premium Lube Express in Millsboro, Delaware.
I love it. And you're on the northbound side of Route 113 in Millsboro, just a half a mile north of Lowe's and BJ's. Very easy to find, very convenient. Thank you so much. Good to have you here, Gary.
Thank you, Dan. Have a great day.
You too. Castrol Premium Lube Express at 637 on Delaware 105.9. Now, have you been on the Lewis Breakwater Trail? And I posted a picture. I took my boys, just the boys, and I yesterday on a bike ride. We parked in the outlets parking area and drove all the way to Lewis and back. We didn't go all the way to Cape and Lopin High School or anything. We stopped at the development in Lewis, but what a beautiful trail if you haven't done it. Just absolutely beautiful. It was very busy yesterday, too. Sunday afternoon, a lot of people, a lot of bike riders, a lot of walkers. It was surprisingly busy, I thought, for a trail through the woods with all those people. But if you haven't been on it, I posted a picture and somebody said, oh, that looks beautiful. Where is that? Even though I said Lewis Breakwater Trail. I believe that there are some of you who live here in our area, in the Lewis-Rehoboth area, and you probably have never been on it. I just think a lot of people are using it and very aware of it, but I bet there are a lot of people that don't even know about it. If I lived in Rehoboth or Lewis and needed to go back and forth, I would travel that way. And I was actually thinking, is it open at night? Like if I worked in Rehoboth but lived in Lewis and I wanted to take the trail and it's like 10 at night, 11 o'clock at night, can I do that? That's going to be a spooky ride, let me tell you. That's going to be a spooky ride, if you ask me, because you go through these, some deep woods and it's very dark. But I didn't see any signs that it's dusk to dawn or anything. So I just wonder if you've ever driven it at night. And I do notice, remember that guy that got arrested for making a trail off a trail? And they really threw the book at this guy. There's a lot of trails off that trail that people have made. You go, and I'm not going to say where, but I checked out a couple of them. There are a couple of trails off the trail, that people have made. And, it's no big deal. Nobody's destroying any ecosystem. But anyway, it's really neat. Let me read to you the description on a TrailLink website, okay? This beautiful pine-studded rail trail winds through Cape and Lopin State Park next to wetlands and farmland, offering a break from the nearby beaches and eclectic shopping areas. The trail runs from Gills Neck Road in Lewis into the town of Rehoboth Beach. The trail is mostly crushed stone, except for the last 0.2 mile near Rehoboth when it becomes asphalt. It's well traveled by locals and tourists alike. Be sure to remember your trail etiquette. You will be sharing the mostly flat route with bicycles, walkers, runners, wheelchair users, and families with strollers and dogs. That's true, man. The only, rude event we had were a group of spandex bikers. My kids had just had a little, they ran into each other on their bike. So they were in the trail, and coming up from behind us were a group of, pro bikers in spandex and stuff. Coming around, and they didn't even they almost killed us. I mean, seriously. But everybody else was great, and I tried to stay out of everyone's way. But it's just funny that, that certain segment of the biking community that we love so much, the spandex. Little intense, okay? That's all I want to say. So anyway, going through the trail, had a great time. It says, remember your trail etiquette. Here's what I found was etiquette on the trail. If you're passing a slower biker, apparently the people behind you go, to your left, coming around on the left. That was like a phrase that a lot of people said. To your left, passing on your left. Like we'd be riding along and you don't know they're overtaking you because it's so quiet and everything. And you hear someone coming around to the left now. And there's some guy, that's the phrase that pays, apparently. So anyway, but there are people out there with their dogs, walking, lot of retired people out walking around, retired age group people. Jim Weller's here this morning. Hi, Jim.
How do you know they're retired? I mean, what?
Because they look about 100.
Okay.
100 years old.
I've been on the trail. I really like it.
You're not retired.
So.
No, I'm kidding.
I wasn't there yesterday. I wish I was retired, though.
Well, I don't know what else to say. Do you want me to just say old ladies? I mean, seriously.
I just wondered. I didn't know if they walked a certain way or if they biked a certain. In other words, I didn't know if they were just more relaxed.
An air of retirement.
I didn't know if their gait was more relaxed than somebody who has a job.
I was only using.
Okay, I was just
retirement
because a lot of seniors. Being in retail, you want to be able to figure things out when you meet people.
I should have said seniors.
Okay.
And
but you enjoyed it very much.
Yeah. Anyway, it says pick up the trail at Wolf Neck Road, Wolf Glade, a forested area of oak, hemlock, and pine. Turn left to head to Cape Henlopen High School on Kings Highway, or turn right to head toward Rehoboth. You can also start on the new western endpoint on Gills Neck Road under the Freeman Highway in downtown Lewis. Along the way, the trail offers views of wetlands, especially at Holland Glade, via a refurbished 80-foot railroad bridge. Oh, I guess it was a railroad bridge. Built in 1913. Continue farther and you'll find yourself flanked by cornfields and forests. That's true. Hawks and geese, both snow and Canada geese, can be spotted in the air, and deer, squirrels, and other small woodland animals share the trail. At the trail's southern end, Tanger Outlets provides bargain hunters an opportunity to break from the trail, shop at the mall, and grab a bite to eat before heading back into the relative calm of the Junction and Breakwater Trail. All right. That's where we parked. We actually started on that end, parked at the outlets, and then went toward Lewis. We went past the Holland Glade Spur, past the Wolf Neck Spur, all the way into the development in Lewis, and then we turn around because I had a little guy with me. Mm-hmm. Ended up, I looked at the map. He rode about almost 8 miles. 8 miles. He's 5 years old. That's a long ride. I mean, for a little guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he hung in there.
Wow.
It was awesome. So it's a great trail, and you get access. It says to reach parking at Cape Henlopen High School in Lewis, go on to Kings Highway, go about a mile. The trail's on the right across Kings Highway from the high school. To reach Wolf Neck and parking, there's a Wolf Neck Road parking area. That's where they busted all the weirdo perverts in the woods. So be careful of those guys. If you see people backed in a parking space, be careful because they might be in there trying to meet total strangers for sexual encounters. Be careful. I mean, that's a little freaky. You might not want to go there. I think they've taken that over. Well, they had a big bust, so maybe they split it up, but be wary. And if you're parking there and you're not going in the woods for some sort of anonymous sexual behavior with strangers, don't back your car in, because apparently that's some sort of signal.
Dead giveaway?
Yeah. So don't, if you're pulling in there in the Weller's truck, don't back.
Be just my luck. I'll back in there.
Yeah.
I'll think they're wanting to buy a kayak. Or a pedal.
Right. Right. That's not why they're approaching you in the woods. Okay. They're not approaching you to buy a kayak.
Okay.
Be
Just
careful.
curious.
So anyway, you got to be careful there. But you can park at the outlets. That seem to be pretty safe. And it's a great trail. It was absolutely beautiful. Okay, is all I'm saying. It's an absolutely beautiful trail, and I think just a darn good way to travel for legit on a bike between Lewis and Rehoboth. You don't have to touch Route 1. It's fantastic. So, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I think it's a great trail. So anyway, we had a good time yesterday. That's all I'm saying. It's an amenity that was built that you've heard about. Have you ever walked it? Or have you ever ridden it? That's the deal, and I'm encouraging you to do that. I think it's great. Do you? 839-1059. I would encourage you to do it. 647 at Delaware 105.9. Welcome to the program. Here is Traffic Watch. Robin Bryson is with us. Robin, good morning. What's going on?
Dan, traffic still running pretty well around the region this morning. You'll see a little bit of an increase in activity in and out of Seaford along 13, north and southbound, but no major jams or problems right through there. You've been running well on 13 through Laurel down into Delmar, Route 54 from Delmar to Selbyville and out toward Fenwick Island. Light activity through right through that whole area this morning. Route 1 along the coast has been doing well across the Indian River Inlet Bridge, both north and southbound. Kent County, in and out of Dover, pretty clean ride. On the major routes, you do have the construction on Route 10 between the Gateway Shopping Center, the Gateway South Shopping Center, and Pine Cabin Road. Right lane blocked in both directions there until November 1st. That will cause a minor delay at times. I'm Robin Bryson with Traffic Watch on Delaware 105.9.
All right, here is your forecast at Delaware 105.9. Meteorologist Steve Williams.
A coastal flood advisory in effect till 7 o'clock this evening. For today, cloudy skies, then a blend of sun and clouds by the afternoon, high 78. Considerable cloudiness tonight, warm and humid, low 69. Cloudy and humid, a brief shower for tomorrow, high 79. And then cloudy, warm and humid, shower and a thunderstorm for tomorrow night, and a low at 69. Rain on Wednesday with a high 76. I'm Steve Williams in the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center.
Okay, if you're a fan of Greek and Turkish and Middle Eastern food, I'll tell you, this Semra's is getting a lot of attention. Semra's Mediterranean Grill, 19 Rehoboth Avenue, less than a block from the ocean. Parking meters are off. And Semra's want to welcome the locals back to downtown Rehoboth. Voted best of Delaware for Mediterranean food. Everything is made fresh, okay? And you can tell. Recipes handed down from Semra's grandmother. Shish kebab, falafel. You know what falafel is, right? That's one of my favorite things ever. Absolutely. I would rank a falafel sandwich as my top sandwiches of all time. Chickpeas, ground up, made into a patty with spices, and deep fried. Falafel. Oh, totally great. With a tahini sauce, made out of sesame seeds, the sauce. Little cucumber, some yogurt, lettuce, tomato. Oh, it is so good. Excellent vegetarian dishes like that, vegan dishes, amazing appetizers. They do a hummus there that is just tremendously fresh and delicious. Eggplant salad, stuffed grape leaves. And it's a remodeled restaurant. They have a little cozy atmosphere. You can sit down, relax, order your food there, get some dip, some baba ganoush and warm pita and some Turkish tea. They have a to-go area as well. They serve beer, wine, and a limited selection of spirits like vodka and ouzo. Okay, 226-GYRO is the number. 226-GYRO. Semra's Mediterranean Grill, 1 block from the ocean, downtown Rehoboth. Want great food, snacks, and appetizers for game day? Semra's can do a whole platter. 226-GYRO. 226-GYRO. And they'll let you pick it up curbside. If there's no parking, they'll know you're coming. You call, they'll rock it out to your curb. They'll pick it up right there.
Hey everybody, Jim Weller here, and today I want to talk to you about tablets. You know, we've been selling Android tablets, and we literally sold out of them. We sold over 200 of the things, and we thank you for buying one. But guess what? I secured a deal on some more of them. This is a brand new 7-inch tablet on an Android platform. It's an 8 gigabyte with a dual-core processor. It has a camera, built-in Wi-Fi, and it's a deal at $57.50. $57.50 or 2 for $100. So whether you need one, maybe your kids need one, maybe your grandkids need one, whatever you need one for, maybe you want to give them as gifts, a brand new 7-inch tablet for only $57.50. 2 for $100. Available at Weller's Utility Trailers right there in Bridgeville, Delaware. Trailers all over the place, sheds and carports too. Give me a call, 337-8228. On the web, it's wellers.com. But better yet, come see us in person, and we'll take care of you.
It's back to school time for area students. Volunteers are needed at the Food Bank of Delaware's Milford branch to help prepare and pack meals for kids at risk of after-school and weekend hunger. Volunteering is a fun and easy way to give back to the community, and you can make a difference in the lives of Delaware children. To learn more or to sign up, please visit fbd.org/volunteer in Milford or call 302-393-2011. Is your family in need of free meals? Dial 211 for Delaware. 211, the state's Health and Human Services Hotline.
Hi, it's me, Jared Morris, and I invite you to come cruise with me on the Carnival Pride 7-day Eastern Caribbean cruise. Don't miss the boat. The next cruise begins April 3rd, 2016, but now's the time to reserve your cabin on board the Carnival Pride out of Baltimore with stops in Grand Turk, Half Moon Cay, and Freeport in the Bahamas. And you can cruise with us for as little as $807.66 per person for double occupancy. Plus, each cabin receives an open bar cocktail party and a $25 onboard credit. If you're interested, if you're just thinking about it, reserve your cabin today for just $50 by contacting Cindy at Bethany Travel Dream Vacations. Call them at 302-933-0955 or go to their website, www.dreamvacationinc.com. Now, when you call, tell them you want to cruise with Delaware 105.9. Call Bethany Travel Dream Vacations at 302-933-0955.
Hi, this is Brent from the Cottage Cafe, and they're back. That's right, our famous second season specials are back, and today is Monday, and that means Oyster Night. Tonight we'll be offering fried oyster dinner for only $14.99, oysters Rockefeller for only $14.99, or a new special, oyster fritters for only $13.99. If you can't make it tonight, don't forget about tomorrow, fried chicken night. Yes, that's Tuesday at the Cottage Cafe.
Online at cottagecafe.com.
All right. I tell you what, I want to thank Ruth Harrington of Nutrisystem. She sent over some Nutrisystem breakfasts and the snacks, and they're really good, man. That trail bar was killer. That was a lunch. That was actually kind of heavy duty. If you're on the go and you just want to grab a bar, they have them. It's part of the Nutrisystem meal plan. So when you're picking out meals, you can pick out something you want to heat and sit down and eat. Or if you're on the go, some of their lunches are bars. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. Every day. Nutrisystem meal plan. And you can lose weight for the holidays the Nutrisystem way. All you do is stop by the Nutrisystem Distribution Center, which is on Route 1 in the Tenley Court. That's where Ruth Harrington is. And pick up the Nutrisystem food. You get to pick out the food you want. You get the great prices. They honor all the Nutrisystem specials. Nutrisystem, Highway 1, Lewis, Tenley Court. We get invited to things here because we're the press, media, and we're being invited to watch Del Dot. I just saw this invite. our news department got invited to watch them put down high-friction surface treatment. The media is going to watch today between 10 and noon. HFST, high-friction surface treatment. So what DelDOT's doing throughout 15, the first treatments are 15 locations throughout the state. They place a thin layer of specially engineered, durable, high-friction aggregates on the surface of pavement. The high-friction surface treatment aggregate system creates a long-lasting, skid-resistant, extremely durable surface. The treatment is capable of withstanding everyday roadway demands like heavy braking and snow plowing. Wow. Here's where they're doing it in Sussex County. Tomorrow, Wednesday on Oak Road, north of Rifle Ridge Road in Bridgeville and north of 404. Thursday on Tharp Road in Seaford. Saturday, Griffith Lake Drive north of Abbott's Pond Road. That's Kent County, actually, isn't it? No, Sussex. Next Monday, Double Bridges Road east of Bayard. Pyle Center Road, River Road. Wednesday, October 7th and 8th, Morris Mill Road south of Zora Road. High friction surface treatment. Never heard of it, Danny. All right. What's that, Jim?
I think I know what this might be. I've seen stuff on the internet where they take a cement block and spray it with this stuff and then drop it off the roof and it won't break.
For real?
For real. I think we should load up and go. I think we should stream it.
I'm going to a meeting. Jim Weller.
Well, there's tomorrow.
I'm going to a meeting. Jim Weller is going to fill in for me. In the meantime, here's Tony. Hey, Tony.
Hey, good morning, Dan. How you doing this morning?
Excellent,
Hi to
Tony.
Jim and Colin.
Everybody's doing well.
That's great. That's great. I believe it or not, that trail that you were talking about, I used to walk that with my daughter a couple of times. Isn't the Wolf's Neck Road the one that comes out on the road where if you walked up the road to one, you come out by Wawa?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I walked that a couple of times back when. Nothing recently, but maybe someday.
You like it, right? It's beautiful back there.
Oh, yeah, it's really, really nice.
Thanks
Very
for the
nice.
call. Good to hear you, Tony, in Lazy Lake, Milton. Thank you. You know what? It's almost 7 o'clock. I'm off the rest of the morning. Jim Weller filling in at Delaware 105.9.
Local news first on Delaware 105.9.
And Delaware 105.9 News Time, 6:59. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kelly Steele from the Weather Center. Cloudy right now, but later on we will see some breaks of sun. A high today, 78 degrees. Tonight looks cloudy, warm, and humid. An overnight low of 69. If you're waking up this morning to warm milk in your refrigerator and warm, stuffy air in your house or apartment, well, you have the city of Seaford and Delmarva Power to blame. The city says utility work made it necessary to turn off electricity about midnight for 4.5 hours. It came on about 4:30 this morning. If you have a complaint, here's the city's number, 629-9173. Delaware State Police investigating a car crash in Millsboro in which one person was killed. It happened Saturday morning on Route 24 when the driver of a Ford Fiesta crossed the center line and struck a Dodge Ram. From the first town in the first state, this is WXDE Lewis.
Delaware 105.9.
It's 7 o'clock.
CBS News, I'm Frank Sedapani. Donald Trump is a man with a plan. It's a plan to cut taxes, and he'll spell it out at his gilded Trump Tower a few hours from now. Trump gave CBS's Scott Pelley a sneak preview on last night's edition of 60 Minutes.
What's your tax plan? A substantial reduction for the middle-income people, because our middle class, Scott, is being absolutely decimated. It will be a corporate also reduction. I think it'll be a great incentive for corporations.
Trump would raise taxes on some of the very wealthy. The latest poll shows Trump's commanding lead in the Republican presidential race has vanished, leaving him in a virtual dead heat with Ben Carson. A large curtain backdrop gave way while Republican candidate Carly Fiorina was speaking last night in San Antonio. A support poll fell close to Fiorina, but she wasn't hurt. Not far from the Trump Tower, President Obama will be addressing the UN before an early evening meeting with Vladimir Putin. On 60 Minutes, Putin, speaking through an interpreter, invited the United States to join forces to fight a common enemy, ISIS.
We would welcome a common platform for collective action against the terrorists.
CBS's Margaret Brennan tells us President Obama has not spoken to Putin face-to-face since Russia intervened in Ukraine.
Putin has really managed to turn that U.S. strategy of isolating him on its head, and he's forcing the president to deal with him due to another military buildup, this time in Syria.
There's new information to report in the Volkswagen emissions test cheating scandal. CBS's Vicki Barker's live with the latest.
German prosecutors have just announced they've opened an investigation into Martin Winterkorn, who was ousted as CEO last week. The company's suspended the heads of research and development at its VW, Audi, and Porsche divisions, pending the results of probes into how 11 million of the company's diesel vehicles came to be fitted with cheatware designed to fool air pollution monitors. New statements from Audi suggest only a small fraction of its 2 million affected vehicles were sold in the U.S. Frank?
Royal Dutch Shell suspending oil and gas drilling off Alaska's northwest coast. Spokesman Curtis Smith.
We found indications of oil and gas, but they were not sufficient to warrant further exploration.
Ben Aliff with the Greenpeace Environmental Group expects Shell's decision to have a ripple effect.
Competitors will now be having second thoughts about the wisdom of heading north themselves. So I think we can expect the repercussions to echo around the oil industry.
On his flight back to Rome, the Pope offered an opinion on a subject Americans have been debating since a Kentucky official refused to issue same-sex marriage licenses. The Pope said government officials have a human right to refuse to do something that violates their conscience. Some young sky watchers who were able to see it in Los Angeles last night said the blood moon eclipsed expectations.
This is like a lifetime experience. I thought it was really cool because I've never seen the moon like this before.
The shadow of the Earth created a rare lunar eclipse that cast a reddish glow on the moon. S&P futures are down 13. This is CBS News.
And now, a touching moment while staying in touch with Geico.
It was a warm summer day. I was just sitting on a porch watching a babbling brook roll by. Then, out of the blue, I got an update from my Geico app saying my claim had been processed. I felt so connected to nature, to Geico. I stayed there the whole afternoon until that guy told me to stop trespassing on his porch. Sheesh, what was his problem?
Claim status updates just a few taps away on the Geico app.
Today's Porkcast is looking mighty delicious. We'll have some smoky hot pork chops starting at around 5 p.m. with a cool cucumber tomato salad breezing in from the north at about 6. It'll be a beautiful evening in the tri-state area, perfect for grilling. So be sure to pick up some New York pork chops on your way home. For your up-to-the-minute recipe Porkcast, visit porkbeinspired.com/Porkcast. Pork, be inspired. This message funded by America's pork producers and the Pork Checkoff.
Delaware 105.9 News Time 7:04. Good morning. I'm Kelly Steele. The news this hour being brought to you by Apple Electric. Electricity is not a hobby. Make sure you call the professionals at Apple Electric. The number 645-5105. Delaware State Police say a two-car crash in Pike Creek has left one driver dead and his passenger critically injured. Police telling me 27-year-old Michael Bellafor was traveling southbound on New Linden Hill Road near Route 7 shortly before 2 Sunday morning when his car crossed the center line and collided with another car. Bellafor, who police said was not wearing his seatbelt, was apparently speeding, and police think he was also under the influence. Bellafor was pronounced dead at the scene. His passenger, a 24-year-old Pennsylvania woman, also not buckled up, and she's now in critical condition at Christiana Hospital. The other driver, a 16-year-old Hockessin girl, is in serious condition at Christiana with injuries police say are not life-threatening. The accident, by the way, closed New Linden Hill Road between Pike Creek Boulevard and Skyline Drive for about 4.5 hours yesterday. Ocean City Beach Patrol will pull their remaining lifeguard stands today and put them away until next year. Now, instead of having lifeguards in stands, the OCBP will use mobile units on all-terrain vehicles to cover the beach. Ocean City Beach Patrol Lieutenant Mike Stone tells 47 ABC.
We'll have different crews spread up and down the beach, and they'll be ready to respond on the quads. On the weekend, we'll actually have the quads out on the beach patrolling. They'll have a driver and a rescue swimmer.
Lieutenant Stone says the mobile units will be on display on duty until Columbus Day. Delaware State Police investigating a bank robbery Sunday in the Rehoboth area. Shortly after 1 p.m., a woman entered TD Bank at Midway Outlets and demanded money. A clerk surrendered an undisclosed amount of cash. The suspect is white, 5'3" to 5 feet 6 inches tall. She was wearing, police say, a surgical mask, blue jeans, and a dark hooded sweatshirt at the time. Nobody hurt. You can see that surveillance photo of the robbery suspect on our website at Delaware1059.com. Well, rush hour in Philly is returning to normal after Pope Francis's 2-day visit. The Delaware River Port Authority says the Benjamin Franklin Bridge across the Delaware River reopened to vehicles at 4 this morning. The bridge closed to allow pedestrian traffic, of course, over the weekend. Pennsylvania Transportation Department reopened I-76 west between I-95 and Route 1 north on Sunday night. Interstate 676, the Vine Street Expressway, also reopened in both directions, but some ramps remain closed at this time. They're working on getting them reopened. Philadelphia Public Schools and some state offices in the city closed today while they clean things up. Workers still have a huge cleanup ahead of them, including removing security barriers, stages, and large screens set up for the papal visit over the weekend in Philly. Delaware 105.9 news time is 7:07.
Honey, I'd really like to add a few recessed lights to the living room and a ceiling fan on the porch.
I love our new hot tub. Who can we call to hook it up?
They're calling for another nasty winter. Do you think we should install a generator? Who do we call?
Call Apple Electric at 302-645-5105. Their electrical estimator will meet with you at no cost to discuss your options and present you with a professional proposal. Call Apple Electric now at 302-645-5105 for your free estimate. Apple Electric, 645-5105.
On Sunday Night Football, Peyton Manning tossed 2 touchdowns and the Denver defense forced 3 turnovers as the Broncos beat the Lions 24-12. The Eagles defense forced 4 turnovers and allowed just 47 rushing yards as Philly holds on for their first win of the year, beating the Jets 24-17. The running game got going for Philly as Ryan Matthews ran for 108 yards. The Eagles will play Washington this Sunday. The Ravens fall to 0-3 for the first time in franchise history after losing to Cincinnati 28-24. Andy Dalton threw for 383 yards and 3 touchdowns and ran in another score. Cincinnati improves to 3-0. In Major League Baseball, the Phillies scored 8 in the 9th to break a 4-4 tie and beat Washington 12-5. The real fireworks were in the Washington dugout as Jonathan Papelbon and Bryce Harper got into an altercation that was quickly broken up. And the Boston Red Sox finish off the weekend sweep of the Orioles with a 2-0 shutout. That's Schofield on Sports on Delaware 105.9.
And from the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center, it's cloudy right now, but it's going to be an okay Monday, looks like. Mix of sun and clouds later on today, according to meteorologist Steve Williams, a high of 78 degrees. Tonight looks cloudy, warm and humid, an overnight low of 69. Very muggy out this morning. 70 degrees in Ocean Pines, 68 on the beach in Lewis, and 66 in downtown Milford. I'm Kelly Steele in the Delaware 105.9 newsroom. Dan Gaffney has left the building. We're on autopilot. No, Jim Weller is in the studio for the rest of the morning until 10. Welcome in, Jim.
Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. You're listening, of course, to Delaware 105.9, and I am guest hosting for Dan Gaffney. We are looking to get 105 phone calls over the next few hours. And I encourage your call. I had a couple things I wanted to talk about, but I'm going to leave it wide open. If you had something you wanted to talk about, don't hesitate to call. Again, the phone number is always 839-1059, and toll-free for me would be 302-839-1059. So that's our toll-free for me number, okay? 839-1059 if something's on your mind. If you had a good weekend, you had something you want to talk about, I am here. I'll be on the air till 10 o'clock this morning, and we got a lot to talk about First thing I wanted to mention, unless you have something you want to mention, is there was a huge truck convoy this weekend, and I wondered if anybody saw the convoy, okay? It starts in Harrington, goes all the way to Milford, then to Greenwood, and it has to do with the Delaware Special Olympics. I personally did not see it this year, but it is quite a sight to see, and it's a fundraiser that they have. Kids love it. Adults love it. Everybody likes big trucks and fire trucks and tow trucks and just all kinds of things. And I'm just wondering, did anybody take place in that? Anybody out there had their truck? Were you in it? Was the business you're involved in it? A lot of businesses represent that. There is hundreds upon hundreds of vehicles that seem to go through it every year. I watched it last year over in Greenwood. It starts like at 10 o'clock in the morning at Harrington. And of course, this was last Saturday, so I'm talking about something that's already happened, but I'm just throwing it out there. Did anybody happen to see it, and did you like it? I know that last year we watched it, like I said, from Greenwood and sat there right along the highway, and it was just vehicle after vehicle. I guess somehow, some way, no traffic gets by during this big procession, but it is somehow a fundraiser for the Delaware Special Olympics, and it's a great organization, and they have numerous fundraisers through the year, but I missed it. Wondered if anybody saw it, wondered what you thought of it. So again, give me a call. Don't hesitate. Don't be shy. It's 839-1059. And then the other thing, if you're going to call and you're a first-time caller, just let us know that. And evidently, we will move you right to the front of the line, okay? So, and right now, the line is a little bit short, but it's 839-1059. If you've never called, feel free to call. And if you call often, feel free to call again. So it's 839-1059, talking about, did anybody see or witness the truck convoy, or have you ever been in it? I remember last year I was so amazed at how many organizations support it, because I believe each truck or the company that it's associated with makes some type of a donation or contribution to the Delaware Special Olympics to be involved in it. And I was quite impressed with the variety of organizations that got behind it. But the Delaware Special Olympics does a lot of different things throughout Delaware. Another event that I know they do that I've been to is the polar bear plunge down there in Rehoboth. I think it's actually called the Lewis Polar Bear Plunge, but they have it in Rehoboth, and I've been down there a few years streaming that also. But back to the truck convoy, main question is, has anybody seen it? Has anybody been held up by it? Has anybody enjoyed being involved in it? Has anybody seen it in any way, shape, or form? 839-1059. Just curious, is anybody awake and listening this morning? Now, another thing, if you don't have time to call and you're going by the studio, I want to encourage you, if you're listening and you don't have time to call, I just need you to toot your horn 2 times, okay? Because that's one thing a lot of people do like to do, is toot their own horn. So don't hesitate to do that if you're going by. And if we hear you, if you toot your horn 2 times, I'll know that you actually heard it today and that you just don't have time to call, okay? But if not, we're going to be here till 10 o'clock. You're listening to Jim Weller, guest hosting for Dan Gaffney, who is left the building. I don't even know where he went. But anyway, he is out of here. I'm going to be here till 10 o'clock. I'm going to do my best to stir you up, get you going, entertain you. It's Monday. I'm real excited. It's the end of the month, of course, was Wednesday. And, of course, anybody in any type of business understands the end of the month is a real critical time. But it's also the end of the third quarter. And this year's been a pretty nice year, and anybody out there that's listening that's been in business, I bet you can attest to the fact that this year business has been a little bit better. And then also, if you work somewhere, I bet you'll find that whoever you're working for has allowed you to work plenty this year, because there's been plenty of business and plenty of work, and it's just like a good year. So, got no interest in the truck convoy, so I'm going to move on to the next thing. I'm going to presume everybody missed that. And, of course, Saturdays, it wasn't until 10 o'clock. A lot of people might have just slept in or just never had a chance to see it. So, my next question is another big Saturday event, one that I'm reasonably involved in, other than the physical part of it, okay? Like, I'm real good at being involved until it comes to doing something physical. But anyway, it's the MS Bike to the Bay. Another great organization, another great event. And my son-in-law, Jason, a few years back, was diagnosed with MS. He lost like 120, 130 pounds, got very conscious about his health. Anybody that knows Jason doesn't even, we've had many people come in and say, where's the guy that used to sit over here? And it's actually him. People don't even recognize him anymore because he lost so much weight. But he took his health serious and got on with things and started taking control a little bit. And he started a bike team, a bicycle team. Okay? I don't know if that's called a cycling team or a bike team. But anyway, and it's called Beyond Training Wheels. So now I'm switching over to another question for everybody. Did you happen to see any of the riders riding in the Bike to the Bay event? Were you one of the riders? Now, Jason has a team called Beyond Training Wheels, and they train all year long. I think some of the people might have rode once or twice through the year. Jason probably did the most, but it was Jason. And then Brooks Ritter was one of them. My wife, Denise. We had a lady named Mary from up in the Wilmington area, and Rita. So that was the group. It was a nice little group. And they have a couple events through the year where they try to raise some money to help with the fight against MS. And it's not just the money that's raised for this is not just to fight and look for a cure for MS, but it also helps a lot of people that need help with prescriptions and things like that, because I know that some of the medicines that people have to take, I know it like firsthand, are over $2,000 a month. And if you don't have incredibly good health care and there's no generic for it, it gets quite costly. So if you're listening, and if you're out there, and if MS has touched you or your family in some way, or if you're involved in the MS Bike to the Bay fundraiser or whatever, I'm looking for a caller, okay? I cannot tell for sure if Dan somehow didn't turn these phone lines on yet or not, because my phone has not rang yet, and I usually have no problem finding people to talk to, but the number's 839-1059 if you'd like to tell me about the truck convoy. Nobody had any interest. I got that. Now I've moved on to the MS Society Bike to the Bay. I don't want to have to bring up Donald Trump to get callers, okay? I know that seems to always stir enthusiasm, so I'm on the MS Bike to the Bay event. It was Saturday. It started up in Dover. And then some people rode, like Jason rode 75 miles on Saturday. Then he turned around and did it again, and he actually did it on purpose, with a purpose, on purpose, with a purpose. So he did it again on Sunday. He rode back. Now the people like Denise and Brooks, they rode 54 miles. Rita rode 75 on Saturday. But it's a fundraiser, so you have to raise some money to have an entry fee, and then we also raise some money beyond that. But it's really a neat event. They have a big finish line, and this year the finish line was right at the Indian River Inlet Bridge, the south side of it. And I mean, there was thousands of people there, and they had people cooking food, and there was an ice cream truck just giving you all the ice cream you wanted. And people stood there as people crossed the line and rang a cowbell, and it was just very interesting. So I'm just letting you know that I was very touched by it. I thought it was a very interesting event, and I just wanted to let you know that I thank all the people that were involved. It is a huge event. Do we have to take a break? Oh, we're going to take a break. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Dan, traffic still moving pretty well around the region this morning. Looks like we got a little bit of fog in some spots this morning, including in Camden, just south of Dover. Just use some caution if you get into spots with reduced visibility. It's not a widespread blanket, just kind of spotty. So just keep that in mind. Still seeing, for the most part, light activity. Major routes have been running fairly well. In and out of Dover, down through Harrington. If you travel 13 in Sussex County, through Seaford, down toward Laurel. Haven't seen any major jams, but certainly a little bit of sluggish activity at the major intersections. Route 1 along the coast has been doing well this morning, including across the Indian River Inlet Bridge, both north and southbound. I'm Robin Bryson with Traffic Watch on Delaware 105.9.
Have to agree. We figure talk radio means you get to talk too. With people you know from right here.
I want to know what people think.
Delaware 105.9.
A coastal flood advisory in effect till 7 o'clock this evening. For today, cloudy skies, then a blend of sun and clouds by the afternoon, high 78. Considerable cloudiness tonight, warm and humid, low 69. Cloudy and humid, a brief shower for tomorrow, high 79. And then cloudy, warm and humid, shower and a thunderstorm for tomorrow night, and a low at 69. Rain on Wednesday with a high 76. I'm Steve Williams in the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center.
If your home or apartment was built before 1978, renovations can spread lead paint dust that can cause children 6 and under to grow up with behavior issues and even severe learning disabilities. If you're having work done, the EPA now requires that your contractor be lead safe certified. Don't let lead paint take away your child's future before it even begins.
Now I know my
For a certified contractor, visit leadsafedelaware.org or call 1-800-464-4357. Brought to you by Delaware Health and Social Services.
Take Delaware 105.9 with you everywhere by streaming us on your smartphone or tablet. Download the Delaware 105.9 Listen Live app in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today. Live streaming brought to you in part by Weller's Utility Trailers in Bridgeville, where they sell utility trailers new and used, as well as sheds, carports, gazebos, dog kennels, and swing sets. Give them a call at 302-337-8228 or on the web at wellers.com. On air, on demand, and on your device. Delaware 105.9.
Hi, this is Ed Lester of the Brick Hotel, Restaurant and Tavern in Georgetown on the Circle. If you're looking for a unique and relaxing dining experience, we hope you'll join us at the Brick. Open Tuesday through Saturday for lunch and dinner, and Sundays with a $10 breakfast buffet.
And check out Tuesday's $6 burger night, Wednesday $10 steamed shrimp and salad, a $24 three-course prefix menu and half-price bottles of wine, Thursdays $13 crab cake dinner, and Fridays $19.99 prime rib. And by the way, if you're stuck planning your office Christmas party, call the Brick. They can make it painless for you.
We'll see you at the Brick, where things are happening west of the beach.
Come take advantage of the Sunfest savings at Berlin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Take $12,000 off with any trade on select new 2015 Ram trucks in stock. Crew cabs, 4x4s, even the Ram 1500. Take $12,000 off at MSRP. And Berlin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will take any trade, even if you still owe thousands on it. New 2015 Jeep Renegade Sport, just $249 per month lease. Have a job clearing $350 a week? We want to approve your credit today. 2015 Chrysler 200, Grand Caravans, even the all-new Jeep Renegade, just $249 per month lease.
Remember, Jim wants to see you in the coolest small town in America, Berlin, Maryland.
Berlin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Old Ocean City Boulevard, Berlin, Maryland.
Qualified buyers. Credit may affect terms. Balance of trade carried over to new loan. Discount based on MSRP of $47,835 with $4,500 factory rebates to dealer and $7,500 dealer discount. Model number DS6H98. Renegade 42-month, 10,000 mile per year lease. No security deposit plus tax tag dealer processing. Offers not in combination.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
It was a moment that changed my life.
It was still at the heart of the storm when we arrived in a convoy of Humvees.
These people had been there for hours, all scared and on the verge of hypothermia.
We dug them out, got them home safely.
That's what we train for, moments like this.
In the Guard, you serve your community as well as your country. Go to NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Maryland National Guard and aired by the Maryland, D.C. Delaware Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's amazing how fast you can change from hectic to tranquil. A state of calmness comes over you. No worries. Everything's taken care of. There's absolutely nothing to do but pack for the most enjoyable vacation ever. Hi, Cindy McCabe, owner of Bethany Travel. I'm excited to invite you to our second annual travel show, Tuesday, October 27th at Baywood Greens in Long Neck, or Wednesday, October 28th at Ocean Pines Yacht Club from 4 till 8. We pride ourselves on taking care of every detail to ensure you a vacation you won't forget. Join us on Tuesday, October 27th at Baywood Greens, or Wednesday, October 28th at Ocean Pines Yacht Club from 4 till 8. Door prizes every hour and refreshments. Talk with vendors from Apple Vacations, Walt Disney, Carnival, Highland America, Royal Caribbean, Taup, Sandals and Beaches, and more. Whether it's an all-inclusive resort or a river cruise you're looking for, Bethany Travel offers the same price as the internet, but with no booking fees. RSVP today and join us for our travel shows. Call 800-806-8747 or visit BethanyTravel.net.
Hey, this Friday, the Dan Gaffney program will come to you live from Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville, Delaware. The restaurant that makes the best fried chicken in the area also serves up a great breakfast. We'll be there live.
Hey, Jim Weller here.
And hey, this is Colin Walls.
I'm inviting you
to Jimmy's Grill every Friday,
5:30 to 10,
with Dan Gaffney and Delaware 105.9.
Made from scratch radio,
with food,
fellowship,
fun,
networking,
and lots more.
Thanks, Jim and Colin. Our program also brought to you by Clean Cut Pavers and Pools. Doug Arcos will talk about a new pool and outdoor living space. Bob Wheatley of Alliance Real Estate Professionals. Dry Zone, the crawl space encapsulation and basement waterproofing experts. KSI of Milford, Delaware. That Granite Place. Mark Johnson will join us from his location in Bridgeville. Compass Energy. Andy Cannon will point you in the right direction. Ricky Williams of R&L Irrigation Services. We'll see you at Jimmy's Grill, Route 13 in Bridgeville this Friday, 5:30 a.m. till 10, right here on Delaware 105.9.
Okay. We are back. Jim Weller, guest hosting for Dan Gaffney, and I just want to let you know the phone number is 839-1059. We haven't had a caller yet, so we're looking for our first one, 839-1059. There is no charge to call in, and if you're more comfortable, you can dial 1-302-839-1059. I call that the toll-free for me line. But anyway, I'll be here till 10 o'clock this morning. You're listening to the Dan Gaffney Show. He has left the building, and he has went to do something real important, but I'm not sure what it involves. But I was talking about the Bike to the Bay event that was held on Saturday. It's a big fundraiser for the MS Society, and I just want to throw a big thank you out to everybody that was involved, the people that set up, took down, helped along the way, people that were courteous on the road. It is a huge event. MS is a really nasty disease, and I've just learned a lot about it over the past few years, and I just want to say thank you to the cyclists that took their time to raise money or donated their own money to be involved, and then all the businesses and organizations along the way. It was a great event. One last try. Is there anybody out there that was in it, involved in it, or has anything to say about it? It was a great event, and I just want to say thank you. That will be what I would like to say about it, okay? Now, I do have another thing I wanted to mention. I don't know if this speaks to you or not, but I really am always trying to figure out cell phones, Apple versus Android. I think that might be called iOS versus Android. And I got an email the other day that there's a brand new Apple phone out, and there's also, more importantly than the phone, which interests me, is the new iPad Pro. Okay? So what I'm asking now is, going to switch gears, is are you an Apple or an Android fan? Have you got the newest of the Apple products, and what do you really think of it? Because I've got somebody that works for me that went from an Apple phone to an Android phone, and he is telling me that he actually has to dumb himself down to be able to use this phone. So he now has an Android phone, and he's so frustrated with it, and is beyond the period of time that he can return it, and he just feels it's so unintelligent compared to the Apple phone. And I don't know why I just didn't buy the Apple one. I think it might have had to do with storage or something like that. But if you're listening and you're really well versed in why in the world should somebody buy an Apple iPhone, or why should you just go Android? Android, you got plenty of different brands, many different makes and models. But when you go the other way, it's just iPhone. So there's a brand new one out. It just came out like just the other day. I don't know exactly when you could start getting it. It looks like on 9/25. What day is today? Today is, that was last Friday. So did anybody get one yet? But the other thing that I'm also interested in after we get off of the phone is the tablet. In other words, the tablet, because the new one is like 12 point some inches. The old one is like 9 or 10 inches. And, of course, I'm interested in possibly the bigger one. So if you want to give me a call, I am really curious to learn about Android versus the iPhone. And if you are, like I'm a fan of the iPad, so should I be getting the iPhone? Is there a lot of connectivity differences? Is there a lot of ways to move information back and forth that would make a difference? I'm going to come right back. We're going to take another break, but I got to get your call on this. 839-1059 right after the break. I'll be right back.
A coastal flood advisory in effect till 7 o'clock this evening. For today, cloudy skies, then a blend of sun and clouds by the afternoon, high 78. Considerable cloudiness tonight, warm and humid, low 69. Cloudy and humid, a brief shower for tomorrow, high 79. And then cloudy, warm and humid, shower and a thunderstorm for tomorrow night, and a low at 69. Rain on Wednesday with a high 76. I'm Steve Williams in the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center.
Know before you go. Get Traffic Watch updates with me, Robin Bryson, and our entire team watching Delmarva roadways weekday mornings and afternoons on Delaware 105.9.
And Delaware 105.9 news time is 7:30. Good morning. An 18-year-old New Jersey man dead following a fatal one-car crash in Newark. State police tell me Miguel Gardino Sanchez was driving his Infiniti G35 eastbound on Pencader Drive just after 10 last night when he failed to negotiate a curve, hit the curb, ran off the road, and hit a business sign. Police say the car then flipped over several times before coming to rest on its roof. Gardino Sanchez, who was not wearing a seatbelt, was ejected and was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say they believe speed was a factor in that crash last night. Newcastle County paramedics say a woman is hospitalized after something hit her car as she was driving on I-495. The woman said the object hit her car about 5 Sunday afternoon as she drove southbound on 495 near Philadelphia Pike in the Edgemoor area. CBS News covers the nation and the world next. It's 7:31.
CBS News Update.
Nobody knows the tax code better than I do. I'm like a student of the tax codes.
Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump sets out his tax plan. Trump on CBS's 60 Minutes.
I understand what to do with the tax code to get people working again, and they want to work. They really want to work. But we can't disincentivize people, and that's what we've been doing.
CBS's Major Garrett says Trump would have a sliding scale with high-income earners paying the top rates and enjoying fewer loopholes.
Trump's plan calls for 4 federal income tax rates, 0, 10%, 20%, and 25%, meaning some low-income workers would pay nothing.
A new survey shows Trump's lead shrinking. CBS's Charlie Rose.
A new NBC News Wall Street Journal poll shows Ben Carson just 1 point behind Trump. Senator Marco Rubio and former CEO Carly Fiorina are tied for third.
Jeb Bush comes in fourth. CBS News Update, I'm Heather Bosch.
You like about an 80% reduction in the lighting-related energy consumption at your business or facility. You can get that by switching to LED lighting with JCal LED Solutions. About half of the cost of the project will be paid by the state of Delaware. LED lighting, no maintenance, no hassle, no reason to wait. Listen this Wednesday morning after the 8 o'clock news. We'll speak with Brian Asher from JCal LED Solutions. You'll find out all the details right here on Delaware 105.9.
Win cash and prizes at Harrington Raceway and Casino this October. Play the over 102,000 Monster Mash slot tournament to win free slot play or up to $2,500 cash. Fridays, October 9th and 23rd, the 58,000 His and Hers Bling Bling. Win up to $1,000 cash and luxury gifts. Tuesdays, win mystery cash jackpots up to $300 cash. Visit HarringtonRaceway.com. Harrington Raceway and Casino, where winners play. Some restrictions may apply. All games controlled by the Delaware State Lottery. You must be 21 to play. Visit Players Club for complete details.
Gin Blossoms Live, a night filled with all your favorite hits. Saturday, November 14th, 8 p.m., Harrington Raceway and Casino Exhibit Hall. Gin Blossoms. Gin Blossoms Live in concert. A night to stand up and sing along. Tickets on sale now at HarringtonRaceway.com. Presented by Harrington Raceway and Casino.
By 2025, it's estimated that half the world's population will lack access to safe drinking water. A sorry state of affairs as 2/3 of our planet is covered by water. We are helping develop solutions for salt water to satisfy the thirst of future generations. BASF. We create chemistry.
Remember Jared Morris today at 3 on Delaware 105.9.
Okay, we're back, everybody, and you're listening to the Dan Gaffney Show. I'm guest hosting it, and I'm Jim Weller, and I want to give you the phone number again. I've had a caller on hold forever, 839-1059. I didn't realize I'm supposed to answer the phone. 839-1059, and if you want to call and talk about a couple different things, I did mention the truck convoy, which was a big event this past Saturday, and then the Bike to the Bay event, but I'm going to go to one of our advertisers, okay? So this would be, I'm going to get on there. Is this, are you on there?
Hello?
Hello?
Is this Jim?
You have to talk into the phone.
I'm talking to the phone. Can you hear me?
What kind of phone are you using?
It's an NEC phone.
Oh, NEC.
Yeah.
Northern Electronics.
I guess so. I don't know what it means.
All right, folks. This is a paid ad. This is Brooks Ritter from Weller's Utility Trailers. Brooks, tell me, is it the end of the month, and are you excited, or what's going on in your world?
It is the end of the month, and we have a couple days left here to end the third quarter and the month of September with a bang. So I wanted to talk about, we have a promotion going on right now, and it's basically it's free items with purchase. And any new trailer, open or enclosed, over $1,000, we have this block of items that you will get a choice of one of those items with any trailer purchase over that $1,000. And
now,
you could.
I think it's working so well that you're running out of items.
Yes. I mean, if there might be 15 or 20 items in this that you can pick from, and we've ran out of quite a few of them, but there's still good items left. I mean, there's a 20-foot telescopic flagpole.
That's the one that's like $300 online.
That's correct. There's also 2 folding Adirondack chairs that are made out of that cellular PVC, and that's a $300 value right there. And I mean, and the only qualifier is you buy a trailer over $1,000. So you can, come in, get a 76 by 10 landscape trailer for $1,297. That's going to qualify you for one of those items. So, in the grand scheme of things, it's actually going to bring your overall purchase of the trailer down, and you'll pay less taxes, whether it's Delaware or Maryland.
Oh, because you deduct that item right out of the price of the trailer.
That's correct.
Okay.
So you end up getting merchandise, paying less taxes, and you still spend the same money.
All right. So when does that offer end?
That offer actually ends on October 10th.
Okay.
But we're really looking to move as many trailers this next couple of days, today, tomorrow.
Don't you say that every month?
We say that every month because we want to have the best month every month.
Oh, okay. How many times a year are you doing that?
At least 12.
At least 12.
Yes.
All right.
But it's also, September, December, March, and was it June? Those months are very key months because they're the end of the quarter month. So you're trying to really make, the quarter look as good as possible.
And we're having a record-breaking year, and we don't want to stop breaking records. All right.
That's correct.
So what's the name of the place?
It's Weller's Utility Trailers in Bridgeville, right on Route 13. You can reach us on the phone, 337-8228. And you also can check us out online at wellers.com.
Somebody wanted to call you right now, can they?
They could call us right now, yep.
Okay. Wellers.com. That's Brooks Ritter. Thank you very much, Brooks.
Thanks, Jim.
So
Have a good day.
I encourage people to check that place out. It's got a lot of stuff. They do a good job, and we try our best. Wellers Utility Trailers, Route 13 in Bridgeville, 337-8228, wellers.com on the web. Now, I've been jumping around from all these different subjects. I want to hit the Bike to the Bay event just one more time. Colin Walls is in here. Can we mention that people can watch the show?
Yeah. Just go. You can go to catchitlive.com. It's there.
Okay.
Look for the Dan Gaffney in studio.
And also, if they missed a previous show,
they can go to
hear
YouTube
what Dan
and
said.
watch
What are
it.
you streaming it till 8 o'clock?
Till 8 o'clock. Yep.
Okay, so if you thought you missed something in the past few weeks or a few days or whatever, they can actually go back and listen or watch it again. Is that
That's right.
right?
Yep.
Okay. Bike to the Bay. Did you see any of the bike?
Well, I did see
people?
some of the bikes. Yep, and they were actually coming down Rehoboth Boulevard in Milford. But Jason, who went with you? Jason
Troyer.
Okay, and Brooks that worked for
right,
you.
but Jason and Rita usually were together because they both did the 75 miles, and Denise and Brooks did 54 miles.
Now, do they load up on carbs the night before?
I got to be honest with you. I think they.
I know
start
Brooks
planning.
always loads up on carbs, but
Brooks.
Everybody else,
he calls it energy food. Okay.
But I know people that have gone, and the night before they would always eat they would go out and get a big spaghetti dinner or something to load up on carbs for the energy for the next day.
I don't know what these people do. I just know that they Brooks planned so far in advance. He pumped the tires up on his bike that morning.
Wow.
Okay. That's how much previous planning Brooks did, all right? He borrowed a bike from his dad and pumped the tires up that morning and got on it and rode.
He called him that morning and asked if he could borrow the bike.
He had it the night before. So that's the kind of planning that goes into this, folks.
That's good, yeah. He's right on top of it.
Oh, he's right on top of it, But they had a good time. Everybody had a lot of fun. It was a wonderful event. When you think about it, you talk about an illness as serious as MS, but then you have a nice event. And there are certain riders, if you have MS, they have a certain shirt you wear because, they're still, they're riding to, they have MS and they're also passionate about trying to raise some money for it.
This year ended at the Indian River Bridge?
Yes, it did.
Did they have to go over it?
Yes, that was the killer.
Right at the end after riding 75 miles.
And the wind was unbelievable Saturday. Unbelievable. So
you ride 75 miles.
Yeah, and then at the very last couple miles.
You've got this ominous bridge to go over
That's
at
right.
the end.
But it's much nicer, and it's just a nice event, and it's just the traffic was courteous. It was just a great day. I was just glad to be part of it. So thank you to everybody all involved. Can I ask you about the phone thing real quick?
Sure.
But I want to remind everybody, you can call us, okay? 839-1059. The phones are working. Brooks Ritter was living proof of that, 839-1059. But I threw the question out because I like Android, but people that have iPhones are passionate about them. I mean, passionate to the point they'll get up and go wait in line to get one, where you can buy an Android phone any time of the day or night pretty much. But if you're listening and if it really matters to you, what is the difference? Now, Colin or even Phil, would you like to comment on that, or is it too dangerous to put your name on the line? Phil, did you used to be an iPhone guy?
I was an iPhone guy for a long time, actually, and I just switched this past season.
What would trigger you to switch after?
It was just something I decided to do.
Okay.
So it was just something I decided to do, but I know the cameras are better on the Android than the iPhone.
Okay.
So
well, that matters to me a lot.
It does matter to me a lot as well, so that's why I switched.
Okay. So camera was a big thing on yours.
Absolutely.
Colin, what did you used to have?
Well, I had an iPhone. My last iPhone was an iPhone 4, so I mean, that's the only
you
one I had.
stay right up to date with them, I could see.
Yeah, right. Actually, I still use it for like streaming music. But anyway, yeah, when I switched, the difference I noticed was Apple is very intuitive. You can almost pick one up. So if you're a beginner user, you can almost pick one up and use it because it's intuitive.
Okay.
Android is more, I don't even know how to say it. Android has apps that they could work and they might not. They might work, they might not work.
When you say the word intuitive, you know what I interpret that as?
What?
Friendly.
Friendly. It is friendly.
Meaning like I myself, not being overly educated on phones and things like that, I can work this iPad pretty darn good.
Right.
I can get it on, I can get it off, and I could get it in and out of the case.
I see Android as cutting edge technology,
but not so tried and true.
Exactly. Where Apple will not allow a app on their store, their app store, unless it's been thoroughly tested by Apple
them.
And make sure there's no glitches in it. So when you download an app, it almost always works on Apple.
Okay.
Where Android, you could have a problem because it's not tested.
Okay. All right. Well, that's these two opinions here in the studio. 839-1059. If you got something to say about why in the world should you buy an iPhone over an Android phone, I'm just curious. At the point, I'm going to buy the new tablet, the iPad, the 12-incher, and I want to know, should I consider getting rid of my Android phone and switching over to an iPhone? But I do have something that relates to buying and selling things that I want to mention. But I do want to remind you, everybody's allowed to call. I don't know why nobody's calling, but that's okay because I'll just keep on rambling. I do know the phones work now. But here's the next one. Every once in a while, I'll work from home. And I don't know how my wife puts up with this. Not me working from home. I didn't mean it that way. Not me working from home. Here's what I don't know how she puts up with. These telemarketers. I'm at work most of the time. And so where I work in my office, my phone doesn't ring. So I don't really know when somebody's calling or whatever. But at home, I work from home every once in a while, 10 to 14 of these calls a day, and they look like Delaware phone numbers. They'll come up with a local town's name, and then you answer it, and it's some crazy thing. I want a trip here, or I got this, or do you want this, or do you want to donate to that, and we really appreciate your support. And then you say, no, I'm not interested. And then they'll say, well, would a lower amount help you? And then all of a sudden the people's voices change. Like they either switch phones or they just change the tone of their voice. Do you personally enjoy? Now, I did used to enjoy telemarketers. I got to be honest with you. I used to get on there and I used to try to hold them up just as long as I can. I would say, I can't hear you. Could you please spell your last name and stuff like that? I'm gonna stop for just a second and I'm gonna see if I can get this phone to work. I goofed it up once. Here we go. Caller, are you there?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Going pretty good. called in to talk about your iPhone and your Android.
Which do you have?
The thing that's good about the iPhones and the Apple equipment is that the software that they use has to be approved by Apple. So you're not getting a bunch of crazy viruses and people as likely to hack into your system. People with Apple have far, far, far fewer problems with viruses. Most Apple people don't even have to worry about antivirus. And it's just because of the way the operating system is set up that you don't have those type of problems. And that's what I'm all about, because my home computer, I've had issues with viruses many times.
Because your home computer is not like a MacBook Pro or whatever they're called.
It's a Windows.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Windows.
But yet your phone is an Apple phone.
Correct. Yep.
Is it hard for you to have a phone that is an iPhone and then go home and use a Windows-based computer, or is it no problem dealing with one to the other?
It's no problem. I mean, it's totally different thing the way I have my computer set up, the way I have my phone. But I can tell you, if you can work an iPhone and then you get on a Mac computer, you're going to be pretty right at home. Everything is, similar kind of setup.
Okay. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Milford on the way to work in Smyrna.
Okay. Where do you work at?
Do home improvement. Working for First Burger. We're doing a little termite damage. Got it framed up. Going to finish up the drywall today.
You finding business is good?
Business is really good. Work 40 hours a week every week, no problem.
Wow.
Pretty much rain or shine.
Feels good for things to be moving along, doesn't it?
It does. Work for a really good guy. No drama. Does everything the right way. Can't ask for anything more than that.
Well, very good. All right. Well, thank you for calling in, and have a safe day.
All right. Thank you. You
See ya. Bye-bye. All right. Well, I appreciate the call. And what I personally... Oh, I'm going to come back right after this break. I got something really important to say. I hope I don't forget. I'll be right back. Delaware.
Jim, traffic's been moving pretty well around the region this morning. In and out of Dover, normal busy activity along 13, north and southbound. No major jams or problems. Route 1 runs well right through the Dover Toll Plaza. Keep in mind the construction on Route 10 between the Gateway South Shopping Center and Pine Cabin Road. The right lane is blocked in both directions for another month or so. Not detours, but restrictions there. It does cause some minor delays at times. Sussex County, major routes have been doing okay, including 113 through Georgetown, down through Millsboro and Dagsboro. You do have construction. It still has West Avenue closed between Route 26 and Woodland Avenue. That goes until November 3rd or so. Now, there are detours posted in that area. I'm Robin Bryson with Traffic Watch on Delaware 105.9.
Live local news and a CBS News update every hour on the hour throughout your busy day. We've got you covered every day. Delaware 105.9.
A coastal flood advisory in effect till 7 o'clock this evening. For today, cloudy skies, then a blend of sun and clouds by the afternoon, high 78. Considerable cloudiness tonight, warm and humid, low 69. Cloudy and humid, a brief shower for tomorrow, high 79. And then cloudy, warm and humid, shower and a thunderstorm for tomorrow night, and a low at 69. Rain on Wednesday with a high 76. I'm Steve Williams in the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center.
Thinking about selling your home, you want to work with an agent that has buyers lined up, and that's why I recommend to you Dustin and Maria Oldfather of the Oldfather Group in Delaware. Dustin and Maria will sit down with you, establish a price and a deadline. If the deadline passes and your home isn't sold, they'll buy your home. Call and ask about that deal. Plus, Dustin and Maria's home selling system, is on a whole different level than the average agent. They spend thousands on marketing each month to get your home sold fast and for the most money possible. They guarantee to spend more money marketing your home than any other agent. Here's another guarantee. It's no risk. Dustin and Maria have a complete satisfaction guarantee. If you're not happy with the level of service you receive at any point, you can terminate the contract free and clear. But don't worry, you're not going to want to fire them because they will have your home sold for the top dollar. Call the agents I would call if I needed to sell my home. My friends Dustin and Maria Oldfather, 302-296-6644. That's 302-296-6644. Or go to extraordinarydelawarerealestate.com, extraordinarydelawarerealestate.com.
The comments, views, and opinions expressed on the air at Delaware 105.9 are those of the hosts, callers, and guests, and not those of staff, management, or advertisers at Delmarva Broadcasting Company.
Hi, this is Delaware Governor Jack Markell. Small local businesses are a crucial part of our region's economy. They help define our towns and our neighborhoods, bringing convenience, diversity, and jobs to Delaware. Please join me in supporting small businesses every day, and in particular, the first Saturday of every month. It's easy to remember, first Saturdays in the first state. In partnership with the Small Business Alliance at the Delaware State Chamber of Commerce and Delmarva Broadcasting Company. Happy shopping.
Local participating businesses include Snyder's Candy has been a Rehoboth Beach destination for 75 years with the largest selection of candy at the beach. Located at 60 Rehoboth Avenue or online at snyderscandy.com. And Milford Pizza Restaurant. Hand-tossed pizza, home-cooked meals, and desserts in a family atmosphere. Stop in and see Sue and Eric in the Air Park Plaza. Milford Pizza Restaurant. Dine-in, pick-up, and delivery. Closed Sunday, 422-8499. Small Business Saturday is this Saturday.
Come take advantage of the Sunfest savings at Berlin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Take $12,000 off with any trade on select new 2015 Ram trucks in stock. Crew cabs, 4x4s, even the Ram 1500. Take $12,000 off at MSRP. And Berlin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will take any trade, even if you still owe thousands on it. New 2015 Jeep Renegade Sport, just $249 per month lease. Have a job clearing $350 a week? We want to approve your credit today. 2015 Chrysler 200, Grand Caravans, even the all-new Jeep Renegade, just $249 per month lease.
Remember, Jim wants to see you in the coolest small town in America, Berlin, Maryland.
Berlin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Old Ocean City Boulevard, Berlin, Maryland.
Qualified buyers. Credit may affect terms. Balance of trade carried over to new loan. Discount based on MSRP of $47,835 with $4,500 factory rebates to dealer and $7,500 dealer discount. Model number DS6H98. Renegade 42-month, 10,000 mile per year lease. No security deposit plus tax tag dealer processing. Offers not in combination.
Hi, it's Justine from Mr. P's Pizzeria in Lewis. I am happy to announce we are now open 7 days a week. Yes, folks, open every day. We're an authentic wood-fired pizzeria with a full menu. We make our own dough and use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese. 16 years in business, busier than ever. We also specialize in craft beer with 19 taps available, including Cask and Nitro. Easily found on Kings Highway in Lewis, 645-1900. Slices every day, 11:30 to 3. See you soon.
This is Sheila Setzer of Brighton Homes. This is your last chance to build a new stick-built home with the features you love and the prices you want in the villages of 5 Points on Savannah Road in Lewis. Purchase in September and receive free granite, free crown molding, free hardwood and tiled floors, $10,000 in options of your choice, and we will pay your entire 3% transfer tax. Visit us at our furnished model open daily. Call me at 703-6633 or go to brytonhomes.com.
Brighton Homes is an equal housing opportunity builder. Prices and incentives are subject to change without notice. When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Want to take back control? A Generac home standby generator protects your your home against power outages every second of every day, all year long, automatically, whether you're home or away. Control your power, control your life with a Generac Home Standby Generator.
Contact Satterfield and Ryan, Delaware's elite Power Pro Generac dealer at DelawareGenerators.net or call 422-4919.
Hi, Dan from Satterfield and Ryan. How can I help you?
Hi, Joe, Instant Slogan Company. Here goes. No zip, no drive. Come alive with. Who are you again?
Dan at Satterfield and Ryan.
Okay, here goes.
But
Satterfield and Ryan, we don't stop trying.
Listen, Joe, we have a slogan. Satterfield and Ryan, do it right the first time.
Okay, so you don't need a slogan. What do you need?
I need you to pick up your phone and give me a call at 422-4919.
Satterfield and Ryan, electric contractor in Milford, a big part of the community since 1931.
Do it right the first time.
Okay, everybody, we are back. Jim Weller, I am guest hosting for Dan Gaffney. You're listening to the Dan Gaffney Show live right here on Delaware 105.9. And want to let you know the phone number, 839-1059, 839-1059. Please feel free to call me if you have something you would like to chat about. We can do that, or you can talk about what I'm talking about. And I have talked about a few things. Got a really big topic coming up here in a little bit, but I want to just stay on telemarketers. I don't even know if you call them telemarketers or if you just call them annoya marketers, but these people can be very annoying. Now, I do like their tenacity where, you say, I'm not interested, thank you for calling, and then they reword it another way, as if the first way they worded it you weren't mentally able to understand it the first way they asked you for something, so they reworded a little bit different. Then I have found if you can hold them long enough, then another voice gets on the phone because they've got it all set up that once they're on the phone so long, somebody else gets triggered that they've been on the phone this long. And then another voice usually comes in and they take right over, in other words, because you've held them up. So because my goal always usually is I'd like to talk to you long enough that I know that you've spent a little bit money on my phone call. That's kind of how I feel. You're calling me, you're paying for it, so I like to hold you up long enough. But what they've done lately that I find so creative, and I do the do not call register thing and all that, and I don't even know if that's real. That's probably owned by some telemarketing company. I'm not sure, the do not call registry. But I'm asking you, do you ever get calls from telemarketers? Do you like it? Have you ever bought anything from them or donated to them, or does it just annoy you? And the other thing is, I find they call during dinner. I don't know how they can't recognize that this might be the time of evening that I could be eating dinner or watching my favorite TV show. So give me a call. It's 839-1059. I'm going to take this call, and then I'll be back with your call. Caller, are you there?
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good. And who is this?
This is Sharon.
Sharon.
And my last name is Weller.
Sharon Weller. Okay.
Yes, another Weller.
Wow. Are you from Delaware?
I am.
How did you end up in Delaware?
Oh, I've lived in Delaware all my life.
Really?
Yes.
What part of Delaware?
And Georgetown.
No kidding. Have you ever heard of Jim Weller?
I have. Everybody thinks he's my relative, and I just say I call him Uncle Jim.
Okay. Does it ever work in a negative way or a positive way?
Always positive.
Wow. You just haven't talked to enough people, evidently.
I know.
So are you calling about the telemarketer?
No.
Okay.
I am calling about something different.
Okay.
As far as the truck convoy, I did miss that. So
okay.
I apologize.
Have you ever saw it?
I have.
Okay.
I've seen it I think it was actually last year or I think they did it the year before.
Sharon?
Yes.
Can you hold on just 1 minute? I got to take a break, but if you'll hold, I'll come right back to you.
Sure.
Okay, hold on.
Local news first on Delaware 105.9.
In Delaware 105.9 News Time is 7:59. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kelly Steele from the Weather Center. It's cloudy now, but by later on, we should see a mix of sun and clouds this afternoon. A high of 78 degrees. Tonight's going to be cloudy, warm, and humid. An overnight low of 69. Pope Francis is back at the Vatican after celebrating Mass for hundreds of thousands of people in Philly yesterday. He met privately with leaders of the World Meeting of Families last night before getting on the airplane for his flight back home to Rome. Newcastle County Police asking for the public's help finding a man they think made several purchases using a stolen credit card number. Police said the victim, a 62-year-old woman, called them Saturday morning after she noticed several purchases that she didn't make listed on her card statement. She said she still had the card, didn't know how anyone got the number. An officer then noticed that several purchases had been made at stores and gas stations in Newark and Newcastle. From the first town in the first state, this is WXDE Lewis. Delaware 105.9. It's 8 o'clock.